Chapter 2452. 2452 Threat 2452. Dragon King, what are you doing? I am representing the Heaven Beast Corporation, the Heaven Tiger Sect, and the 10,000 Beast Hall to deliver something to you. The middle-aged man saw his figure appearing in front of the Dragon King in an instant. When he saw the cold expression on the Dragon King's face, his expression changed drastically. Immediately, he shouted with a stern face but a weak heart. Do you represent the Beast Tamer Grandmasters in this area? Wang Xian's eyes turned cold. With a wave of his arm, the item on the ground appeared in his hand. There was an arm on the ground and a note on the arm. There was only an address written on it. There was nothing else. However, Wang Xian knew that this arm was invincible in battle techniques. He was captured by someone. The people who captured him were obviously members of the Heaven Beast Corporation. They were the Beast Tamer Grandmasters and the pet shop in this area. Have I offended their interests? Wang Xian's eyes were cold as he stared at the middle-aged man who was imprisoned in front of him with murderous intent. How dare a level 9 Master God act so arrogantly? Wang Xian stared at him and asked coldly, "What are you trying to do? Let me tell you, I represent many godly kings. Furthermore, this is East Lake Planet. Even if a godly king kills someone, he will have to pay the price." The middle-aged man mustered up his courage and reminded Wang Xian. Bang! However, the moment he finished his sentence, his entire body collapsed. There was only a head left. Ah! A miserable scream came out from his mouth. He stared at Wang Xian with a face full of fear. "Don't kill me, don't kill me!" The middle-aged man shouted with a face full of fear. "Soul Catcher!" Wang Xian waved his arm and the middle-aged man's body trembled. He slowly widened his eyes and his gaze gradually lost its luster. Phew! Wang Xian digested his memories as his eyes sparkled. With a casual wave of his hand, the middle-aged man was completely annihilated. He walked out slowly. Jihuang Manor was a private manor. It was located not too far away from here. Wang Xian stood in front of the main door and scanned his surroundings. "Who are you?" The two guards saw Wang Xian walking over and asked coldly. Wang Xian ignored them. A demonic look flashed across his eyes as he walked straight into the manor. "Huh!" The two guards wanted to stop him, but a voice rang in their minds. They immediately stopped. Wang Xian walked straight into the manor and soon he arrived at a hall. There were more than a dozen people sitting in the hall. Among them, 3 old men sat in the center while the rest sat on both sides. Wang Xian walked in and swept his gaze across them. When more than a dozen people saw him enter, they revealed faint smiles on their faces. How about Invincible in battle techniques? Wang Xian asked coldly. "He's just a nobody. Don't worry, he's still alive. It's too difficult to meet the Dragon King. We have no other choice." An old man said faintly. "Hee, you can come and visit me directly if you want to. I don't think I will stop you guys outside." Wang Xian said coldly, "Hand over the Invincible battle technique to me first. Dragon King, don't be so arrogant when you come to us. You'd better be sensible." The chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation said coldly. "Chairman Do." Just as he finished his sentence, the 2 elders beside him looked at him with dissatisfaction. "We will not be involved in the grudges between the Heaven Beast Corporation and you. We are not here to invite the Dragon King over for the Heaven Beast Corporation's matter. The Dragon King should know the details clearly." An elder in the middle said, "Hand over the Invincible battle technique to me first." Wang Xian spoke coldly as usual. The old man frowned slightly and waved his arm. Bang! Very soon, a figure was thrown beside Wang Xian. "Wow, Boss Wang, those little brats actually tricked me. Boss Wang, you have to avenge me." The figure hugged Wang Xian's thigh and shouted with an aggrieved expression. Wang Xian looked at him. His entire face was almost disfigured from the beating. Only half of his severed arm had recovered. His entire body was filled with injuries. It was obvious that he was badly beaten up. Furthermore, Invincible battle technique had a treasure on him. To be able to grab it, it was obvious that there might be an expert who had made a move in the dark. But Wang Xian waved his arm and healed the injuries on his body. You go back first, Wang Xian said to Invincible battle technique. All right, boss, be careful. None of these guys are good people. Invincible battle technique nodded his head and swept his gaze across the dozen immortal kings around him. He shrunk his head slightly and said, "But." As soon as he finished his sentence, his figure flashed and he returned directly to his immortal nation on the star origin planet. Speak, I'll give you 3 minutes. Wang Xian looked at Invincible battle technique and said coldly as he swept his gaze across all of them. His words caused the expressions of the dozen of them to turn slightly ugly. Dragon King, I won't say much. The ones sitting here today are all the beast-taming grandmasters and pet traders from the hundreds of thousands of planets in this region. We are not envious of the fact that your dragon palace's pet can get so many immortal god king pets. However, we hope that you can sell them at the market price. In business, harmony brings wealth. The market price will not affect you. On the contrary, you will earn more. Let me be clear, offending us will not benefit you. The elder in front warned him directly. I feel that my price is the market price. Wang Xian shook his head lightly when he heard his words. In that case, are you sure you want to offend us? The chairman of the Heaven Beast Group said directly with a cold face. Offend you guys? In business, of course, I make my own decisions. If I want to sell, I will sell. If I don't want to sell, I will not sell. It is my freedom to sell at any price. You guys are also in business. Don't you understand this? If you don't understand, you might as well not do business. Besides, you guys can sell it at my price or even lower than mine. I will sell it at the same price in the future anyway. Wang Xian gave them a mocking smile. Naturally, he could set the price of his battle pets at will. He was also deliberately selling it at the market price. He captured the battle pets and tamed them quickly. For the sake of business, he naturally had to sell them at a lower price than others. The business world was like a battlefield. This group of people obviously didn't understand. Dragon King, does that mean there's nothing left to talk about? An old man in front stood up slowly. On both sides, there were also old men who stood up coldly and stared at Wang Xian. All of you are begging me, yet you still dare to kidnap my friend. How interesting. I will repay this debt very soon. If all of you still dare to cause trouble, the Dragon Palace will take care of it together. Wang Xian swept his gaze across all of them and smiled sinisterly. Following that, he turned around and left immediately. A bunch of people who were courting death actually dared to kidnap Invincible in combat and make him come over to threaten him. They were not qualified to do so. Even with the current strength of the Dragon Palace, they were not afraid of them. If they were to go head-to-head, who would be afraid of who? Dragon King, you should consider the consequences. Don't force us. Another old man at the front saw Wang Xian turn around and leave. He was furious and shouted coldly. Chapter 2453. 2453-2453, the open and hidden battle had begun. Bang! Damn you, arrogant fellow. In the 9 Desolation Manor, the experts from the Heaven Beast Group, the Heaven Tiger Sect, the Thousand Beast Hall, and other factions saw that Wang Xian did not pay any attention to them as he continued to walk out. Their faces were filled with fury. The sect leader of the Heaven Tiger Sect could not help but slam the table heavily. His face was gloomy. From the moment the other party arrived to the moment he left, he did not put them in his eyes at all. Hee, I already said that we don't need to embarrass ourselves. We should have let him know the consequences of offending us from the beginning. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group sneered when he saw this scene. Now, shouldn't everyone follow my method? The corner of the mouth of the chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group curled up slightly as he said indifferently. He was happy to see this scene. Sect Master, Elder Hua, who went to the Dragon Palace's war pet shop to deliver the news to the Dragon King, has disappeared. His divine kingdom has also fallen into silence. It seems that he has already fallen. At this moment, a figure walked in and reported with an ugly expression. What? He actually dared to directly kill our messenger? The Sky Tiger sect master's face changed, and he roared in a low voice. The rest of the people's faces changed and turned gloomy again. Can you bear it now? We only have 3 choices now. One is to kill the other party, or get the Dragon Palace's battle pets out of our area. The second is to get far away from the other party, and the third is to give up the business of battle pets so that there won't be any impact. The chairman of the Heaven Beast group said coldly. Everyone in the hall looked gloomy. The Dragon Palace's pet didn't put them in its eyes. Now, one of them had to win or lose. Either the Dragon Palace's pet died or left, or they died or left. However, how could they be willing to leave a place that had stood for hundreds of thousands of years? How could they be willing to give up the business of taming war pets? Everyone, this might be an opportunity for us. The Dragon King of the Dragon Palace has a powerful array formation. I'm sure that some of you have already seen it. In addition, the Dragon King seems to have mastered the ability to tame war pets quickly. You should know this ability clearly from his taming of the space beasts. If we can get these treasures, we will be able to rise up. At that time, all of us will form a force. Before long, we will be able to step into the center of the Imperial Star Field, and not need to be in this remote place. The Heavenly Beast Group's chairman's eyes flickered as he spoke. The expressions of everyone around changed, and their hearts were moved. But the other party's strength is not weak. The Myriad Beast Hall's Hall Master muttered. Wealth comes from danger. If you want to get a huge opportunity, how can you not fight? I really don't believe that all of US combined are not a match for the Dragon Palace. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group said coldly. The Dragon Palace's battle pet shop killed the disciple who went to report to us. Now, send someone to assassinate all the staff in his shop. If that Dragon Palace's war pet knows what's good for him, we'll give him a chance. If he doesn't know what's good for him, then we'll see who's really powerful. I don't believe that our Sky Tiger sect has been standing in this area for millions of years, and will be afraid of a new rising power. The Sky Tiger sect's sect master said coldly at this time. One of the people nodded slightly. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group revealed a smile on his face. Although everyone had yet to agree, he was not in a hurry. Based on his understanding of the Dragon King, the person who killed him would definitely not let the matter rest. Boss Wang, are you all right? Not long after Wang Xian came out from the 9 Desolation Manor, he received a message that his battle techniques were invincible. I'm fine. Who kidnapped you? Wang Xian immediately asked. Boss Wang, it's Du Xiu and the rest. Damn it, they took away my protective treasure and all my divine stones. Invincible battle technique said angrily. Oh, send me their specific information. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows and said to Invincible battle technique. Boss? You want to avenge me? No need. I want to avenge these bastards myself. I want to kill them next time. Invincible battle technique immediately shook his head and replied. That's up to you. I'll get you an Immortal King level 2 battle pet after a period of time. Wang Xian hesitated for a moment and said to him. Invincible battle technique was kidnapped because of his own matter. He might as well get him an Immortal King level battle pet. It was just a waste of time for him anyway. What? Boss Wang, what did you say? Get me an Immortal God King level 2 battle pet. Am I seeing things? Wow, Boss Wang, I love you so much. I'm going to find you now and hug your thighs. On the Star Origin planet, Invincible battle technique, who was initially extremely angry, jumped up in excitement when he heard Wang Xian's words. This time, he was kidnapped and an expert had snatched away his defensive treasure. This treasure was worth a lot and was no less valuable than a Pinnacle God Lord battle pet. In fact, it was even a little more valuable. Now, Boss Wang actually said that he wanted to give him an Undying God King Level 2 battle pet. He was practically flying into the sky. His master was only an Undying God King Level 1 battle pet now. You don't have to come over. It's not safe here. The battle pet will probably take 1 to 2 months. You can just wait for news on the star origin planet. Wang Xian said directly to Invincible Battle Technique. Alright, don't worry, Boss Wang. I'll wait for your news here. Invincible Battle Technique nodded his head. His face was filled with excitement. But after he finished talking to Invincible Battle Technique, Wang Xian immediately contacted Prime Minister Gui. Dragon King. Prime Minister Gui's image appeared and he shouted at him respectfully. Get Ao Yao and Ao Jian to bring a few people over. Wang Xian immediately said to Prime Minister Gui. It's the Dragon King. Prime Minister Gui immediately nodded his head. What's the current situation in the Dragon Palace? Wang Xian continued to ask. Dragon King, Ao Crab has led his subordinates to the surrounding planets for missions. We have found a few good missions to assist the other planets in suppressing and wiping out the desolate beasts. With Ao Crab and the rest, our Dragon Palace will gain a lot every time. After the other members of the Dragon Palace have cleaned up the underground sea, they will also go out to carry out missions. Prime Minister Gui said with a smile. Yes, that's fine. Tell Ao Crab that if he can capture some Eternal God Lord level desolate beasts alive, try to capture them alive. Don't kill them and keep their divine kingdoms. Wang Xian nodded his head with a satisfied look on his face. In this starry sky, there were many desolate beasts. The Dragon Palace could definitely hunt desolate beasts to improve quickly. Furthermore, the immortal deity king could imprison the eternal deity overlord desolate beast and capture it alive for sale. The value would be even greater. It's the Dragon King. Prime Minister Gui nodded. Next, I'll capture the immortal deity king's sea monster myself. I'll leave this to Ao Jian and Ao Yao. Wang Xian thought to himself. He immediately contacted the Empress Star Lady and got ready to work. However, at night, Wang Xian received a piece of news. All the staff members of the Dragon Palace's pet shop were assassinated. Chapter 2454. 2454 Lorman Desolate Beast Park. Boss, my friend sent me a message saying that all the staff members of the Dragon Palace's war pets that he had asked for were assassinated. Boss Wang, be careful. Those damn fellows might want to deal with you. I heard from my master that they are very strong. In the manner, Wang Xian was looking at the image of his invincible combat skills. When he heard the news that he had reported, his face turned gloomy. I got it. I will handle this matter. He nodded with a gloomy face. All right, Boss Wang. Be careful. Although the safety of East Lake Planet is very high, it is still possible for an expert to assassinate someone. Moreover, that group of people is not weak. If they join forces, even the East Border dynasty might not dare to offend them too much. Invincible reminded him a few more times before hanging up the call. They actually assassinated all the employees of my Dragon Palace shop. Good, very good. Wang Xian's eyes were icy cold as he sat in the manor and waited quietly. But, greetings, Dragon King. 3 hours later, a group of figures flew over. Ao Jian brought 3 dragon guards with the combat strength of immortal godly monarchs, while Ao Yao brought 5 dragon species with the strength of immortal godly monarchs. I'm here. This is some information regarding the Heaven Beast Corporation, the Heaven Tiger Sect, the Thousand Beast Hall, and the other factions. What you have to do next is to assassinate everyone on the East Lake Planet. There's no need for immortal king-level experts to take action for now. Leave no one else alive. Wang Xian passed a piece of information to Ao Yao and instructed him. It's the Dragon King. Leave this to us. Ao Yao nodded his head. Be careful. This is the territory of the Eastern Border dynasty. No killing is allowed. Don't reveal your identity. Wang Xian reminded him. Don't worry, Dragon King. These technological detection methods won't be able to detect us. Ao Yao nodded his head confidently. The formation was ineffective against them. These technological detection methods wouldn't be able to detect them. Moreover, they had the combat strength of an immortal king. It was too difficult to detect them. Alright, I'll leave the matters here to you guys. I still have other matters to attend to. Wang Xian nodded his head. The fight with the Heavenly Tiger sect and the Thousand Beast Hall had yet to reach the point where they would fight to the death. Since the other party was killing some of his people as a warning, Wang Xian would kill his way back to warn them hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of times over. If the other party still dared to attack, he would continue. Of course, this was also the situation where Wang Xian had no other choice at the moment. It was very difficult to kill an immortal king. Even if he had the black hole spatial disturbance formation, he could only kill a few immortal kings at most. After all, the other party also had many level 3 immortal king powerhouses. If they were to fight, the Dragon Palace could win. However, it would be difficult to completely destroy them. He was waiting for the Dragon Palace's strength to improve further. If he wanted to fight, he would destroy all of them. It's the Dragon King. Ao Yao Jian and the rest nodded their heads. I'm a little late. The next morning, at the entrance of the manor, Wang Xian looked at Di Xingnu, who was late, and said indifferently, "You're only a few minutes late. Hmpich, where are you going?" Di Xingnu's face darkened when she heard his words and said with a dark expression. Now, she was a little angry when she saw Wang Xian. This fellow was simply too despicable. Let's go to the Luomen Beast Park. Wang Xian said. All right. As long as she wasn't going to capture the Black Dock Beast, she didn't care about going to other places. Let's go. Wang Xian smiled and nodded his head. His body moved and he immediately flew towards the teleportation formation. The Luomen Beast Park was the largest beast park in this region. It was also the biggest threat to this region. The Luomen Desolate Beast Garden was extremely huge, and it had a special characteristic. That was that the Luomen Desolate Beast Garden would gradually expand. There was a plant that lived there, and this plant had a special characteristic. It could reproduce crazily, growing crazily. Once it was not artificially treated, every year, the Luomen Desolate Beast Garden would expand tens of millions of kilometers to the outside world. Tens of millions of kilometers a year in the vast starfield was indeed not much, but what about 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years? Once this void plant expanded, it was a very good habitat for desolate beasts. The Luomen Desolate Beast Garden had always occupied the living space of humans. It was the greatest threat to the entire region. The number of desolate beasts living in it was endless. Occasionally, there would be beast tides. There were a few hundred life planets that were completely destroyed by the beast tides. As a paradise for desolate beasts, it naturally had many treasures. God tree, God fruit, desolate beast cubs. The treasures that were once taken over by the Luomen Desolate Beast Garden, some of the undying godly monarchs that died in the Desolate Beast Garden, the undying godly nation. Desolate Beast Undying Godly Nation and so on. The Luomen Desolate Beast Garden also attracted many warriors and adventurers to enter. Many experts had obtained opportunities inside and stepped into the Immortal King level. Wang Xian had set his target here mainly because there were more desolate beasts here. The number of Immortal King level desolate beasts in the entire Luomen Desolate Beast Park could reach up to 10,000, which was more than all the Immortal King level desolate beasts in the entire area combined. There was a teleportation array to arrive at the Luomen Desolate Beast Park on planet East Lake. Welcome to the Luomen Desolate Beast Park. I wish all the brave warriors a triumphant return. When Wang Xian and the rest arrived at the planet closest to the Luomen Desolate Beast Park through the teleportation formation, a voice was heard. He turned his head and saw a beautiful lady not far away. The voice came from this lady. Wang Xian nodded his head lightly at the lady and looked ahead. The location of the formation was located at the peak of an extremely huge mountain. The entire mountain was over 100,000 meters tall. Looking ahead, there was no starry sky. There was only a type of black tree. This type of tree was located in the starry sky ahead. It was densely packed and endless. At a glance, it was extremely oppressive. On the right, there were towering flames burning in the void. There were experts burning the black trees. Let's go there directly," Wang Xian said to the Imperial Star Lady and flew straight into the void ahead. There were many people in the surroundings. Many of them were exuding an extremely strong murderous aura. Some of these people came from other planets to take risks and seek treasures and opportunities. Some of them were from the nearby life planets. In front of the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden, there were over 100 human planets. In the past, there were about 500 to 600 life planets nearby. Because of the expansion of the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden, a few hundred of them led their planets to escape. And the over 100 planets that remained here, every one of them was incomparably huge, several times bigger than the Tianzhe continent. Even an undying emperor would find it hard to escape with the planets. Now, all the humans on these hundreds of planets were working together to defend against the invasion of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. This time, I'll see if I can capture the Level 3 Immortal King Battle Pet. Once I capture it, I'll be able to upgrade once again. Wang Xian mumbled. Just as he was heading to the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, Ao Yao Ao Jian and the rest started to search for information on the East Pool planet. Chapter 2455. 2455 was captured. According to the information we received, the Dragon King has gone to the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. He should have received the news of the death of the staff of his Dragon Palace's war pet shop, but he did not react. Maybe the Dragon King knows the consequences of offending us. In the Nine Desolates manor, everyone was sitting in the hall. Hearing the information their subordinates had received, they smiled faintly. The employees were killed without any reaction. It was obvious that they were afraid of their strength. This was a normal phenomenon. After all, if they really joined forces, the Dragon Palace's pet shop would definitely not be their match. We can't be completely sure yet. This is only the first day. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group frowned slightly. He did not expect the Dragon King to leave this place directly. He wouldn't dare to offend all of us even if he had the guts. He's still arrogant in front of us. He should just leave now. As long as he's not stupid, he should know what to do. An old man said calmly, his face full of confidence. Offending them was obviously the wisest choice. The rest of the people nodded slightly. They didn't want to be enemies with the Dragon Palace's battle pets unless they had no choice in the end. Let's not make too much of a decision now. The Dragon Palace's battle pets said that the next sale will be in 1 to 2 months. We will look at it in 1 to 2 months. The leader of the Sky Tiger sect said slowly. All right. The rest of them replied. The area of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park is very, very large. It is thousands of times larger than the Blackstone domain. If we search for it ourselves, it will take a very long time. We can buy information here first. Wang Xian was floating in the air as he read the information on the artificial intelligence system. Previously, he had explored the Blackstone domain for 7 to 8 days before taking action. However, the area of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park was too huge. It would take a long time to explore it. The best way was to buy some information. The artificial intelligence system suggested that they could go to the Iron Blood Alliance to buy information here. Let's go to the location of the other mountain peak in front. Wang Xian said to Celestial Queen and flew straight to a relatively short mountain peak in front. The entire mountain peak had the words Iron Blood Alliance written on it. The Iron Blood Alliance was an alliance among the hundreds of planets in the vicinity. It was not an exaggeration to say that the Iron Blood Alliance was the strongest except for the Eastern Border Dynasty. However, even though they were strong, the pressure was immense. They rarely left the hundreds of planets around them. As they were facing the threat of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, the godly monarchs here did not move around. Welcome to the Iron Blood Alliance, sir. Are you here to receive a mission or not? Wang Xian landed on the mountain peak and a lady immediately asked respectfully. Purchase information regarding all the Immortal King Desolate Beasts that you know in the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. Wang Xian immediately replied. Sir, please come in. I will inform the person in charge of the information department. The female staff was slightly stunned and led them inside. Information of this level was extremely valuable. Half an hour later, Wang Xian walked out from the Iron Blood Alliance with satisfaction. This time, he spent a lot of money. The value of the information was comparable to the value of more than a dozen peak-stage god-level war pets. However, it was totally worth it. This Iron Blood Alliance is indeed worthy of being an existence that has been fighting against the Lorman Desolate Beast Park for millions of years. They actually have more than 100 pieces of information regarding the immortal god King Desolate Beast. Wang Xian revealed a satisfied expression. Looking at the map in his hand, he moved his body and flew straight into the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. Remember these locations first. You have to go in and investigate later. Wang Xian told Di Xingnu, who was located in the crack in the void, about the map. I know. Di Xingnu rolled her eyes at him and said coldly. Hee, don't be so cold. After all, we have a mutually beneficial relationship. If you want to buy a war pet in the future, you can come and look for me. Wang Xian smiled when he saw her frosty look. Di Xingnu glanced at him and didn't say a word. But the next moment, they plunged into the vast Lorman Desolate Beast Park. The entire huge forest was like an ocean, reaching a height of millions of kilometers. Although it couldn't be compared to the underground sea, the area was indeed terrifying. Let's go to the first place first. Wang Xian said to Di Xingnu and flew forward quickly. His speed was very fast. Once he had a target, he didn't need to stay in other places. Let's go and investigate first. If we can find the Immortal King level Desolate Beast, we will come back immediately. Wang Xian gestured to Di Xingnu and the two of them split up. In this area, according to the information from the Iron Blood Alliance, there was a level 1 Immortal King Desolate Beast active. As long as he could find it, Wang Xian could set up an array and start capturing it. The black trees were abnormally lush, causing the space around them to not be too big. There were all kinds of desolate beasts living here. There were desolate beasts the size of ants that could cause fatal danger to the eternal God Lord. Wang Xian relied on his ability to conceal himself in the light and darkness to carefully search for his pursuers. Oh right, let's try to sense these branches with the wood attribute. Suddenly, he had an idea and placed his palm on the branches. With the ancestral tree, Wang Xian's sense of the wood attribute was far superior to the other attributes. Furthermore, he also had the mystical branches such as the Fuchang tree, the inexhaustible wood, the soul-returning wood, and so on. The spirit-imbued Fuchang tree might be useful here. Wang Xian had an idea. A tree branch appeared in his palm and he placed it on the black tree. In the next moment, the endless black tree branches in front of him appeared in Wang Xian's mind like a network. In just an instant, he felt that he could sense everything within a radius of tens of millions of kilometers. I didn't expect it to be so useful. The spirit attached to the branch gave it a hint of spirituality. This spirituality could act as Wang Xian's eyes. I found it. Haha, it seems like I have gained a lot this time. Wang Xian revealed an excited expression and immediately sent a message to Di Xingnu. You found it so quickly? Di Xingnu had only left for less than 5 minutes when she rushed back after receiving Wang Xian's message. She asked in astonishment. I found it. I'll set up the formation first. You go over and attract it over later. Wang Xian said to her and immediately set up the formation. More than 10 minutes later, Di Xingnu went over to attract it. The process was relatively smooth. When she saw an ant jumping around in front of her, the Immortal King Desolate Beast naturally attacked her directly. The following taming was also very smooth. It was not the first time Wang Xian had done such a thing. He easily captured it. It was too smooth. Let's go, let's continue. Wang Xian said excitedly to Di Xingnu. This guy is really crazy. He managed to tame an immortal king battle pet in such a short period of time. If he is given enough time, wouldn't he be able to build an army of more than 100,000 immortal king battle pets? Emperor Star Lady looked at Wang Xian, her heart filled with awe. Chapter 2456 2456-2456, The Person Who Interfered. The fourth one. After more than 10 hours, Wang Xian tamed the war pet in front of him. A faint smile appeared on his face. It had only been more than 10 hours since he arrived at the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, but Wang Xian had already tamed 4 immortal God King war pets. If other beast-taming grandmasters were to find out about such a terrifying speed, they would definitely go crazy. If the Heaven Beast Corporation's Heavenly Tiger sect knew that Wang Xian had such an ability, they would probably go all out to dig out the secret of beast taming. Next, we have to go deeper. Wang Xian looked at the map and said to Di Xingnu. Up to you. Di Xingnu said to him indifferently. Let's go. Wang Xian quickly shuttled through the Luomen Desolate Beast Park. With the ancestral tree, he shuttled through the forest. It gave Wang Xian the feeling of a fish swimming in the sea. This time, after flying for a few hours, Wang Xian saw an incomparably huge bird nest from afar. Yes, it was a huge bird nest built by desolate beasts and birds. There were countless birds in the entire nest. There's a level 2 Immortal King level battle pet here. Go and lure it out. Wang Xian looked around and sensed a level 2 Immortal King level desolate beast inside. He said to Di Xingnu. This desolate beast in front is a group creature. If I go and lure it out, it will definitely make its subordinates attack. Emperor Star Lady looked ahead and her face slowly turned dark. It's alright. Those desolate beasts that are not at the Immortal King level will not be able to attack you. Wang Xian shook his head. Let's go. I'll wait for you here. Bastard. Emperor Star Lady cursed in a low voice and braced herself to fly forward. She could already imagine the consequences that would follow. She would be grabbed and attacked by countless birds and the feathers on her head would flutter. Don't blame me for not showing mercy to the fairer sex. Wang Xian watched her fly forward and waited quietly with a smile on his face. Seniors, young masters, this is the nest of the desolate beast vermilion bird. There are millions of vermilion birds living here. The strongest one has reached level 2 Immortal King, and there are quite a number of eternal god lords. And at this moment, on the other side of the vermilion bird nest, more than a dozen people were flying over. Not bad, not bad, it's this type of desolate beast. A youth looked at the desolate beast flying ahead and smiled. If this young master wants to catch a few, it's very simple. When the time comes, you can find a beast tamer to help tame them. The middle-aged man who spoke at the beginning said with a smile. The resources here are extremely rich, and it's not too dangerous. The old man standing in the middle of the group of young men with a folding fan in his hand looked around and said, Senior, this is a huge threat to you and the Iron Blood Alliance. If you are willing to help us, let's talk about this in the future. As the middle-aged man spoke, the old man with the folding fan interrupted him. When the middle-aged man heard this, a bitter smile appeared on his face. Jijiji. At this moment, ear-piercing sounds suddenly came from the front. The sound shook the sky. The middle-aged man's expression changed slightly and he immediately looked forward. It's the Vermilion Bird King. It seems to have been alarmed. When he looked over, his pupils constricted slightly. Oh, there's a human figure inside? The elder beside him raised his eyebrows and immediately looked over. An undying god level 2 desolate beast soared into the sky, its aura extremely terrifying. In front of the Vermilion Bird Emperor, a figure was like a small boat under a huge wave, floating in front of it. What was strange was that despite facing so many terrifying attacks, that figure wasn't killed. Oh! The group of youths looked over, their faces filled with shock. Although the figure was not fleeing from them, the distance was getting closer and closer. How strange, that figure can actually flicker. Does she have any treasures on her? A youth took out a mirror and placed it in front of him, looking at it, his face filled with shock as he said, "There should be some treasure that can actually dodge an undying level 2 desolate beast's attack. This treasure is extraordinary." The old man holding the fan had a glint in his eyes. At that moment, the vermilion bird emperor let out an urgent sound. The sound covered the huge bird nest. The next moment, countless vermilion birds attacked the silhouette. They could see that the figure was surrounded by countless vermilion birds. She was like an insect being attacked and attacked. What a strong defense, what a strange treasure. After a long time, the old man with the folding fan said with a face full of amazement. The figure in front of them had been attacked by countless vermilion birds for more than 10 minutes without any injuries. She was still running away. Obviously, the treasure on her was very strong. It seems to be a woman? As they got closer, a young man said in surprise, "Great-grandfather, should we save that woman?" The young man who was watching through the mirror said to the old man. The old man with the folding fan hesitated slightly. "We can form a good relationship." He nodded slightly. "Let's go and take a look." As the elder spoke, he waved his arm and brought them forward. "Oh, there's actually someone here. This is too embarrassing." At this moment, the Emperor Star Lady, who was covered in bird feathers, saw someone looking at her. Her expression changed slightly. She waved her arm and a veil covered her face. "We are almost at that guy's array formation. The rest will be left to that guy. This desolate beast is too disgusting." Emperor Star Lady flew forward with a dark expression. "Miss, do you need support?" As the old man and the others approached, a youth immediately said, "No need." Emperor Star Lady was slightly stunned when she heard the voice, but she immediately replied coldly. She was in a very bad mood. "We are here." At this moment, she looked forward, and her dark expression eased a little. "This?" The group of people who heard the words of the Imperial Star Lady were also slightly stunned. However, in the next moment, they saw an incomparably huge array formation suddenly appear a few hundred kilometers ahead of them. The array formation had just enveloped the area in front of them and almost enveloped them as well. "This is..." The old man with the folding fan was slightly stunned and raised his brows slightly. That woman earlier was intentionally luring Vermilion Bird Emperor over? The middle-aged man raised his eyebrows, his face filled with shock. "This, grandfather, what array is this?" A youth asked in shock. "I don't know. It should be an array that restricts Undying God King Desolate Beasts. Elder Gong, do you know anything about it?" The old man asked the middle-aged man. "No." Elder Gong shook his head. "This is the first time I've encountered it. Our Iron Blood Alliance doesn't have any records either." "Should we go in and take a look?" A youth said with interest. "HM? That's not good. We entering the other party's array for no reason. That's a huge taboo." Elder Gong immediately said, "What's there to be afraid of? What can the other party do to us?" The young man said indifferently, "In this area, they were really not afraid of anyone." Chapter 2457. 2457 on the 2457 Beast Tide. This. Hearing the young man's brazen words, Elder Gong frowned slightly. To be able to break through the other party's formation so recklessly, it could be said to be an attack. If the other party were to find it difficult to speak, a battle might ensue. However, when he looked at the old man with the folding fan beside him, his expression changed, and he remained silent. This old man is a little curious as well. Let's take a look. The old man felt the array in front of him and hesitated before reaching out. In this region, they really had nothing to be afraid of. Even though his strength wasn't invincible in this region, an Undying Level 3 was still considered top tier. and with their actions he was extremely shocked. Maybe there was some chance. Elder Gong sighed helplessly when he saw that the old man was about to make a move. He didn't dare to stop him. Crack, crack, crack. An energy palm appeared in front of the old man. It landed on the black hole, disturbing the air formation and made a glass-like sound. Huh. At this moment, Wang Xian, who was inside the formation, was taming the Vermilion Bird King. When he sensed that the black hole disturbing the air formation was being attacked, he frowned slightly. You're courting death. Sensing the group of people outside, Wang Xian's eyes turned cold. Attacking the formation he set up was clearly a blatant provocation. Towering snake. His palm pressed down on the body of the Vermilion Bird King beneath him. With a thought, the towering snake space beast appeared at the side. Once it's broken, attack immediately. Wang Xian gave him an order. Under the suppression of the dragon's might, the Vermilion Bird King trembled and began to absorb the dragon's blood. They actually attacked the formation. Is this a provocation? Is it that group of people? Not far away from them, the Imperial Star Lady also sensed that the formation was being attacked. She looked over in puzzlement. Crack, crack, crack. In the sky, the formation began to crack slowly. A hole slowly appeared. It's going to break. Outside, the old man with the folding fan said faintly. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Then, as soon as he finished speaking, an extremely terrifying aura rushed toward them. Oh no! The old man's face changed dramatically, and he immediately raised the folding fan in his hand. The folding fan immediately shot out a terrifying flame. Not good. Elder Gong felt the aura inside, and his face turned pale. He flew backward in fear. Bang! However, at this moment, an enormous head came charging at them. The triangular head, which was hundreds of meters in size, smashed heavily in front of them. Because they were too close to each other, everyone was covered by the head. Crack, crack, crack. When the head of the towering snake landed on the flame, the folding fan in the old man's hand started to collapse. Damn it. This caused him to feel a wave of shock and anger in his heart, but he could not avoid it. Once he did, the few descendants by his side would instantly be annihilated. Bang! No! In the next moment, his entire body was sent flying backwards, and the folding fan in his hand completely crumbled. This was a treasure that he had spent a great price to obtain. The old man let out a wild roar, protecting the few youths beside him as he immediately flew backwards. What made him feel relieved was that the gigantic monster did not continue to attack. Why is there another monster in here? What is going on? The group of young men looked at the towering snake that had crawled out of the formation with shock and anger on their faces. But at this moment, Wang Xian's figure appeared above the towering snake's head. He stared at the group of people in front of him with a cold gaze. Are you looking for death? Wang Xian stared at them with murderous intent. It's a misunderstanding. Elder Gong's expression changed drastically when he saw this scene. He quickly said to Wang Xian, Isn't the formation set up by the attack looking for death? Wang Xian glanced at him and locked onto the old man. Immortal King Level 3. The old man looked at the desolate beast under Wang Xian and then looked at Wang Xian. A hint of fear flashed across his eyes. Especially the terrifying gigantic beast under him. It made him feel a sense of threat. We are from the Blazing Sun Immortal Dynasty. How dare you attack us? Behind them, a young man saw Wang Xian making a move and roared with a face full of shock and anger. But when Wang Xian heard the young man's words, there was no hesitation on his face. He waved his arm and the law of annihilation attacked them directly. At the same time, the gigantic body of the towering snake attacked them once again. When the young man saw Wang Xian launching an attack directly, his face was filled with shock. He quickly hid behind the old man. Brother, it's our fault this time. Please give the Iron Blood Alliance some face. Elder Gong, who was at the back, had a drastic change in expression as he shouted hurriedly. When the old man saw Wang Xian's attack, his expression changed drastically. He quickly led the group of young men to the side to hide. "We have no ill intentions." At this moment, the old man also spoke with an embarrassed expression. "Scram!" Wang Xian shouted at them coldly. "Go!" When the old man saw Wang Xian's murderous look, his face darkened. With a low growl, he left immediately. The group of young men followed behind with extremely embarrassed expressions. This fellow's strength seems to have increased. At the beginning, he seemed to be at level 2 Immortal King. Or could it be that he has been hiding his strength all this while? How old is this bastard? Regardless of his aura or behavior, he doesn't seem to be too old. At the lower position, Di Xingnu looked at Wang Xian's figure with curiosity and doubt in her eyes. Very soon, she shook her head and stopped thinking about it. These guys really don't know what's good for them. Wang Xian looked at the group of people who had left and said coldly, "If that old man wasn't a level 3 Immortal King, he would definitely have been severely injured by the attack of the towering snake. Attacking his formation for no reason was either arrogance or courting death. The reason why he didn't kill him was because the other party wasn't weak. Let's go, let's continue to the next place." Wang Xian said to Di Xingnu and headed to the next place. He didn't take this small incident to heart. "Elder Gong, who are they?" The old man and a few young men who had left the previous location asked Elder Gong with gloomy faces. This junior really doesn't know that our Iron Blood Alliance rarely goes to other planets. Elder Gong shook his head bitterly. "Wang Wang Wang." Just as he finished speaking, the communication device on his body trembled. Seeing the information on it, his expression changed slightly. "Senior, our Iron Blood Alliance has discovered a powerful Desolate Beast movement in the depths of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. I have to rush over." Elder Gong immediately said, "Yes." The old man nodded with a dark expression. Elder Gong bowed apologetically and left immediately. "Grandfather, what desolate beast did that huge beast belong to? When we reported the name of the Blazing Sun Undying God Dynasty, he actually dared to attack." A youth thought about the attack and said solemnly, "Forget it." The old man looked at the broken weapon in his hand and clenched his fist. An undying level 3 warrior with an undying level 3 battle pet, with such strength, it was too hard to kill him. Could it be that they had sent the Sun Dynasty warriors to kill him? Was that possible? Chapter 2458. 2458 in the 2458 Beast Horde. The 15th one. In the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, Wang Xian waved his arm and kept the level 2 Immortal King Desolate Beast into his mother nest. His face was filled with smiles. Today was the 20th day since he came to the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. It was much slower than when he first tamed the Desolate Beasts. The main reason was that the deeper he went, the more complicated it became. The accuracy of the information was lower. Many places did not have any Undying God King Desolate Beast activities. It was possible that the Desolate Beasts had returned to their own Undying God countries to train, or they might have entered other places. In just 20 days, he had tamed 15 Undying God King war pets. 3 of them were at level 2, that was already very terrifying. Even Emperor Star Lady could not help but click her tongue. His gains for the day was equivalent to her having a concert. "Let's eat something to satisfy my craving." Wang Xian flew to a branch and set up a table with a satisfied expression. He took out a piece of Immortal King level Desolate Beast meat. Pouring a cup of tea was extremely refreshing. He gestured to the Emperor Star Lady and said with a smile, "Auntie Ying." The Emperor Star Lady hesitated for a moment before shouting at the lady who was following behind them. The woman was a few million kilometers away from them. This was Wang Xian's request to prevent any Immortal King or Desolate Beast from being alerted. Over the past few days, the Imperial Star Lady's attitude towards Wang Xian had improved. There was no other way. It was only the beginning. There were still 2 more years. Young Master Wang. The woman flew over and greeted Wang Xian with a smile. She was not as unfamiliar as before. She was full of admiration towards Wang Xian. She was certain that if the powerhouses of the imperial court were to find out about his ability, they would definitely recruit him immediately. If they failed to recruit him, they might obtain his secret at all costs. His taming speed was simply heaven-defying. If it wasn't for the woman's good self-control and the fact that Wang Xian had helped her to tame the towering snake space beast, she couldn't help but want to kidnap Wang Xian and force him to reveal the secret of his taming. Eat something and rest for a while. Wang Xian smiled at the woman and poured her a cup of tea. Thank you, young Master Wang. The woman nodded and sat at the side. Roar. However, before Wang Xian and the rest could rest for long, roars suddenly came from the depths of Luomen. The first one to react was Auntie Ying. She immediately flew into the sky and looked into the depths. There are some strange movements among the desolate beasts in the Desolate Beast Park. A large number of desolate beasts from the depths are flying towards this direction. The woman's eyes were sparkling as she said, "Oh." Wang Xian also looked into the depths. Ka ka ka. A sound that sounded like the wind blowing down leaves could be heard. Wang Xian saw a huge plant-type desolate beast that was tens of thousands of meters in size rushing towards this direction. Behind it, there were at least millions of similar desolate beasts. Immortal King Level 2 Desolate Beast, Wood-type Plant-type Desolate Beast. What is it doing? Wang Xian asked with a face full of surprise. Look in the other direction. The woman pointed to the left and right sides. The leader was still the Immortal King Desolate Beast. Her own race followed behind and flew out. The brain says that the expansion of the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden is due to the increase in the strength of the desolate beasts in the Desolate Beast Garden. The moment a desolate beast breaks through to the Undying Emperor realm, it will definitely occupy a huge territory. As time passes, there will be more Undying Emperor desolate beasts. Lorman will have to expand. If the Lorman Desolate Beast's expansion speed slows down or is stopped, it will cause the Undying Emperor Desolate Beasts to fight for their territory. To prevent such a situation, the Undying Emperor Desolate Beasts will team up and launch the Beast Tide. The Beast Tide is for the Lorman Desolate Beast to expand faster. It is also to eliminate some Immortal King Desolate Beasts. Wang Xian mumbled. It should be more or less the same. Powerful desolate beasts usually do not fight. Sometimes, they have to fight to either launch a beast tide or expand crazily. The woman nodded her head slightly. Anting, please leave this place. I want to set up an array formation here. Wang Xian licked his tongue. He did not care why the desolate beasts were in such a situation. However, the Immortal King Desolate Beast was flying towards him. It was simply waiting for him. As long as he set up an array formation, the group of desolate beasts could enter and easily tame it. All right. Aunt Ying nodded and immediately retreated. Star Lady, I don't need you this time. You can watch from the side. Wang Xian said to Di Xingnu. She was weaker and couldn't see the situation clearly. Di Xingnu pursed her lips and hid in the space crack. Wang Xian didn't say anything and immediately started to set up the formation. It's here. In less than 3 minutes, a savage aura charged at Wang Xian. Faced with this terrifying aura, he didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I have to end this battle quickly. Wang Xian locked onto the Immortal King plant-type desolate beast and muttered. Endless groups of desolate beasts flew over in a mighty manner. They did not think that there would be anyone here to ambush them. We're here. Formation rise. Wang Xian let out a low growl and the black hole disturbing formation immediately rose up. This time, the area covered by the formation he set up was not very big. It was only about 1,000 kilometers or so. It just happened to cover the Immortal King Desolate Beast within. Hiss. The towering snake space beast was released. Wang Xian immediately unleashed the strength of a level 3 Immortal King. Peng. The terrifying pressure caused the level 2 Immortal King plant-type desolate beast to reveal a look of shock and anger. It immediately turned around and wanted to escape. Peng, peng. However, in the next moment, Wang Xian's dragon claw grabbed onto his head. The towering snake's body wrapped around its back. Surrender! Wang Xian's body trembled and the aura belonging to the ancestral tree rushed out immediately. Bam, bam, bam. The branches on his body smacked and he surrendered immediately. Wang Xian smiled and dripped a drop of the divine dragon's blood. But the entire process didn't take more than a minute. Even after witnessing Wang Xian's beast-taming speed, the Imperial Star Lady was still stunned this time. This speed was too terrifying. Don't worship me so much. I already have a wife. Wang Xian took a glance at the Empress Star Lady and teased her in a good mood. Scram! However, the Empress Star Lady's face turned red as she roared. Hee hee! Wang Xian moved his body and immediately deactivated the formation. When the group of plant-type dire beasts saw their king disappear, they started to panic. Roar, roar, roar. However, at this moment, a roar came from the back. The group of dire beasts continued to fly forward. This roar? Wang Xian was slightly shocked as he looked towards the center of the right. It should be an Immortal King level 4. His eyes revealed a hint of shock. An Immortal King level 4 dire beast. With such an existence, who would be able to withstand this area? Chapter 2459. 2459 under the 2459 Beast Tide. Regardless of anything else, be it the Beast Tide or the Beast Riot, this group of desolate beasts cannot really be considered as a group. I just need to take this opportunity to capture more Immortal King level desolate beasts. Wang Xian shifted his gaze away from the level 4 Immortal King level battle pet. He hid in the void and observed his surroundings. There's more behind us. We need to continue setting up the formation. Wang Xian looked further behind. Behind this plant-type dire beast, there was a species of flying beasts. The leader was a level 1 Immortal King level dire beast. These are all plant-type dire beasts. If I set up the formation myself, I will be surrounded by these dire beasts. However, it's easy to solve. Wang Xian had a thought. The level 2 Immortal King level plant-type dire beast that had just been tamed shook its aura. All the dire beasts within a radius of 1,000 kilometers immediately made a detour. Wang Xian smiled and began to set up the formation. After the formation was set up, Wang Xian continued to wait for the arrival of the dire beasts behind him. Soon, more than 10 minutes later, a group of flying beasts flew over. Wang Xian looked at the leader of the flying beasts and narrowed his eyes slightly. He hid under the trees and waited. But this time, everything went smoothly. When the flying beasts flew over, the formation was immediately activated. This time, it did not take too long to tame it. Chirp, chirp, chirp. However, this time, after the Flying Beast King disappeared, the entire Flying Beast race was in complete chaos. Roar, roar. On the right, a majestic roar sounded. A huge 5,000-meter tall desolate beast flew over. Not good, that desolate beast is flying over. Dodge. Wang Xian did not hesitate and immediately fled into the distance. How many desolate beast groups are there? There should be at least dozens of Immortal King desolate beasts, right? Wang Xian kept his distance from the Immortal King level 4 desolate beast as he observed his surroundings. His face was filled with astonishment as he exclaimed. Dozens of Immortal King desolate beasts were leading their groups. All the desolate beast families had a total of more than 1 billion. Among these billion, the strength of the desolate beasts was not something that the underground sea could compare to. Furthermore, this was only what Wang Xian could see. Behind him, there was a race of desolate beasts that he could not see. Wang Xian even doubted if there were more than 100 Immortal King level desolate beasts. If there were more than 100 of them, coupled with the level 4 Immortal King level desolate beasts, which faction would be able to withstand them? I should just fish in troubled waters and tame more war pets. Wang Xian thought to himself and immediately flew forward. The speed of the desolate beast horde was not too fast because it was the entire race. The immortal king-level desolate beast's speed was about the same as that of the eternal God Lord. Wang Xian quickly flew to the front and began to set up an array formation to wait for the opportunity. Needless to say, his actions were very effective. In just an hour, Wang Xian had tamed 3 more. From the moment he arrived here, he had tamed 20 immortal king-level battle pets. Reporting to Alliance Leader, a large number of immortal king-level desolate beasts are leading their race towards us. According to the current detection, there are already 50 immortal king-level desolate beasts. At this moment, at the edge of the Luo Man Desolate Beast Garden, a steel wall battle weapon was arranged 1,000 kilometers away. Above the steel wall battle weapon, there were over 10 billion people. One couldn't see the end. The entire battle line was over 1 billion kilometers long. At the center, an old man reported to the white-bearded old man dressed in blood-red clothes. 50. The white-bearded old man was the leader of the Iron Blood Alliance. He slightly clenched his fist, his eyes gleaming with a terrifying light. How many undying Emperor Level 4 desolate beasts are there? The Iron Blood Alliance leader asked softly. Leader, so far we've only found 2. The old man replied softly. We've already resisted the wild expansion of the Luo Man Desolate Beast Garden for over 1 million years. It seems like we've angered many powerful desolate beasts. However, our Iron Blood Alliance isn't that easy to bully. Go and inform the 3 seniors. This time, we will let the Lorman Desolate Beast Park know how powerful our Iron Blood Alliance is. The Iron Blood Alliance leader roared in a low voice. Yes. The elder immediately nodded, his face filled with blood and fighting spirit. His body moved and he immediately disappeared. Everyone thought that in this region, the Eastern Hedge Divine Dynasty was the strongest faction, the only third-rate faction. But in the eyes of the Iron Blood Alliance, the Eastern Border Dynasty was nothing more than that. The world did not know the true strength of the Iron Blood Alliance because they were facing the threat of the terrifying Lorman Desolate Beast Park. Their experts rarely went to other planets. After hundreds of thousands of years of fighting and accumulation, their strength had long surpassed everyone's imagination. This time, the Iron Blood Alliance wanted to truly display their strength. I never expected that we would encounter a beast tide this time. Not far away, an elder and a few youths looked ahead and slightly raised their eyebrows. Grandfather, the Iron Blood Alliance has begged us many times to help them resist the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden. Should we help them? A youth transmitted his voice to the elder. Hee. The elder smiled and shook his head slightly. Although they were a second-rate faction, it was impossible for them to completely destroy the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. And the price of helping to defend it was too high. The other party could not afford to pay such a price. Hence, this time, their negotiations had broken down. If the Desolate Beast invasion this time causes them to suffer heavy losses, the Iron Blood Alliance might pay an even greater price to invite us to help. The old man thought of this and revealed a smile. Wang. At this time, the old man suddenly saw 3 figures landing in the middle. The leader of the Iron Blood Alliance bowed respectfully to the 3 figures. HM? This is the Iron Blood Alliance's final trump card? 3 undying level 4 warriors, even in a third-rate force, they are considered average. The old man muttered. The beast tide has erupted. Today's battle, with me invincible, there's no way to survive. A roar came from the Iron Blood Alliance leader's mouth, shocking the world. This beast tide was the strongest beast tide in over 1 million years. However, the Iron Blood Alliance's strength wasn't something they could compare to over 1 million years ago. With me invincible, there's no way to survive. All the warriors raised the weapons in their hands and let out a roar. The entire sound spread across the entire starry sky. This was the history of the war between humans and desolate beasts. In this resplendent starry sky, humans were not the only main characters. It was the same in the Tianzi continent and the Iron Blood Alliance. Oh, Are these desolate beasts going to attack the territory of the Iron Blood Alliance? Are they going to attack the 100 over planets? At this moment, Wang Xian, who was in the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, was slightly stunned when he heard the roar coming from the edge. Chapter 2460. 2460 Dragon Palace to assist you. We are about to reach the edge of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park. The immortal King Desolate Beasts are starting to gather. Wang Xian heard the sounds coming from outside. He looked ahead and muttered to himself. He did not linger on and turned around to fly outside. However, just as the beast tide erupted in the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, an incident that shook the entire planet erupted on East Lake Planet. East Lake Planet, the only commercial planet amongst the 100,000 human planets. It was also the only planet with the best security. The entire planet was guarded by the Eastly Undying Dynasty. No one dared to cause trouble here. However, in these 2 days, an incomparably terrifying assassination case happened. Within a short 2 days, over 20,000 people were assassinated on East Lake Planet. The moment this happened, it shook the entire planet. For a moment, everyone was panicking. Peng! Within 9 Desolation Manor, a chair was thrown onto the ground, instantly turning into dust. It's that Dragon King. It must be that Dragon King. He actually killed all of our Heavenly Tiger Sect disciples on East Lake Planet. I want to kill him, kill him. An angry roar came from the Heavenly Tiger Sect leader. As an undying level 3 God King warrior, to be able to make him so angry, one could imagine the severity of the matter. Kill him, we must kill him. We definitely can't let this go kill. Beside them, the Sky Beast Group's chairman also roared with a face full of rage and killing intent. More than 20 days had passed. They all thought that the Dragon King had surrendered and did not dare to be their enemy. However, what they never expected was that last night and today, all of their subordinates on East Lake Planet had been killed. Not a single one was left alive. Among them, there were many experts at the peak of the Divine Lord realm. The East Lake Planet had their businesses and many of their disciples. There were also their descendants. In a short span of more than 10 hours, all of them had been killed. Not a single one was left alive. And the disciples and descendants who had specifically killed them could be imagined. They were from the Dragon Palace's war pet shop. Even though the Heavenly Beast Corporation knew a little about the Dragon King's character, they were extremely furious when they received the news this morning. His descendants, the elite disciples of the Heavenly Beast Corporation, and hundreds of godlords were all killed. It must be those 2 strange creatures. Everyone, aren't you going to join hands at this time? The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Corporation glanced at everyone around with bloodshot eyes and growled in a low voice. Immediately break into the lair of the Dragon Palace's battle pet shop. Chairman Du, you should know where the Dragon Palace's lair is. The sect master of the Heavenly Tiger Sect directly said to the chairman of the Heavenly Beast Corporation. I know, but I'm not completely confident. Don't make a move for now. We have to kill the leader of the Dragon Palace's battle pet shop, the Dragon King, first, and then destroy all of his subordinates. It's fine if we don't make a move, but once we do, we absolutely can't let the Dragon Palace's pet live anymore. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Group growled with a gloomy face, and waves of killing intent shot out from his body. How long do we have to wait if we don't make a move now? Beside them, more than 10 middle-aged elders were furious. They suppressed the anger in their bodies and roared. Thinking back to more than 20 days ago, they thought that the Dragon King was afraid of them. Little did they know that they were actually searching for their information and taking crazy revenge on them. Buzz. Suddenly, as they were talking, figures suddenly appeared. Who is it? Sensing the fluctuations outside, the group of experts immediately looked over. Come and check the situation. Outside the hall, 5 or 6 figures came uninvited. They were all dressed in black. When they saw the 6 of them, the expressions of everyone in the hall changed. The leaders of the Eastly Undying Dynasty, may I know why you are here? The Sky Tiger sect leader's expression changed as he asked, "Why are you asking even though you know the answer? All the disciples of all your battle pet shops have been assassinated, a total of over 20,000 people. The entire East Lake planet is shaking. Right now many people are questioning the security of our East Lake planet as a commercial planet. With such a huge incident happening, we naturally have to investigate." The leader of the enforcers walked straight in, ignoring everyone sitting in the center. "Speak, what's the exact situation?" The Eastly Undying looked at everyone and asked coldly. Everyone looked at each other with uncertain expressions. Everyone from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty has a huge opportunity. I wonder if you are willing to get involved. The chairman of the Heaven Beast group gritted his teeth and suddenly said. The rest of the people were stunned, their faces filled with shock. Following which, they fell silent. That Dragon Palace battle pet was able to assassinate over 20,000 of their disciples within 10 hours. One could imagine its strength. Perhaps, in order to have complete confidence in suppressing it, it was time to join forces with a stronger existence. Wang Xian did not know what happened on East Lake Planet. Wang Xian was not worried about the situation there. Ao Yao and the rest would handle it very well. When he flew out of the Lorman Desolate Beast Park, he immediately saw countless people standing on the Steel City wall in front of him. This situation is so similar to the Tianzhe continent back then. Wang Xian was slightly stunned when he saw this scene. He thought of the Tianzhe continent back then. Back then, the entire human race of the Tianzhe continent was fighting against the sea monsters. It was a life and death battle. In order to protect their homeland. It was still the same here. However, can they defend it? One must know that there are no less than 50 Immortal King-level desolate beasts invading. The Iron Blood Alliance is weaker than the Eastly Immortal Empire. Even the Eastly Immortal Empire might not be able to defend. They can. Wang Xian mumbled to himself. Looking at the warriors there, he felt a little sympathetic. It was unknown how many people would die in this battle. Ant Ing, the beast tide is about to attack. The people here are too pitiful. Help them later. Miss, absolutely not. Once I make a move, others will know that we are here. They will investigate the situation here. Auntie Ing, so what if they're investigating? Enough, miss, I'm a selfish person. I won't make a move and I won't let you. Don't order me. There are too many humans dying every day in the greater world. There are even human planets being destroyed every day. We can't save so many. As long as you're safe, that's enough. At this moment, the conversation between Imperial Star Lady and Ant Ing came from behind. The conversation ended very quickly. Wang Xian turned around and glanced at the countless warriors. His body moved and he flew to the side. He didn't leave. He wanted to see if the Iron Blood Alliance had the ability to withstand the attack of the Beast Tide. If it was a one-sided war, he would leave immediately because his ability was limited. Just as Auntie Ing had said, in this vast world, humans were not the masters of this world. Tens of millions of people died every moment. Without absolute strength, he could not save too many people. Chapter 2461. 2461 Dragon Palace will help you. Howl, howl, howl. All Iron Blood warriors get ready. At the edge of the Luo Man Beast Garden, many undying Emperor-level beasts let out earth-shaking roars. Groups of undying Emperor-level beasts slowly gathered at the very front. Plant type, bird type, fire law, wind law, wood law. There were a total of 50 undying Emperor-level beasts leading their race as they stared coldly at the Iron Blood Alliance members ahead. The Iron Blood Alliance leader stared coldly ahead. There was no fear in his eyes as he roared. Howl! In front of the Luo Man Desolate Beast Garden, over 10 billion people let out beast-like roars. Their Iron Blood Alliance had fought against the Luo Man Desolate Beasts for millions of years. Facing the Beast Horde army, there was no fear at all. Howl, howl, howl. At this time, All sorts of desolate beasts slowly flew out of the Luo-Man desolate beast garden, floating in the air. The 50 undying Emperor-level desolate beasts in the lead didn't hesitate at all, rushing straight ahead. Undying Emperors, we're going to kill the enemy, haha. The Iron Blood Alliance leaders saw the undying Emperor-level desolate beasts rushing over, laughing loudly. A berserk law energy surged from his body. Ha! Kill, 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 let these beasts know how powerful our Iron Blood Alliance is. In an instant, many warriors flew into the sky, their gazes locked onto the undying Emperor desolate beasts. It's been a long time since I've acted. The three old men beside the Iron Blood Alliance leader exchanged glances, smiling as they said, "Then let's kill to our heart's content today." An old man's body shook, his terrifying energy pointed at an undying level 4 beast. "Leave the other one to me." An elder on the left roared, his body shook, his undying god country appeared behind him. Invincible energy was released. Without any hesitation, he charged at the beast. That seems to be the ancestor of our Iron Blood Alliance. I didn't expect him to be so strong. Feeling the terrifying energies of the two elders, all the Iron Blood Alliance disciples looked over, their faces filled with excitement. Our Iron Blood Alliance is invincible, kill. The Peak God Lord warriors were all excited when they saw the God King attack. In the sky, 40 undying God King warriors went up against a group of desolate beasts. Even if it was an undying God King level 4 desolate beast, they had an undying God King level 4 warrior on their side to fight. This strength, in this region, was invincible. Even the strongest East Border God dynasty that everyone thought of was no match for them. This made the members of the Iron Blood Alliance filled with pride and excitement. Their fighting spirit was high. Hong! The Undying God King and the Undying God King Desolate Beast let out a terrifying clash in the sky. A terrifying explosion, it was the beginning of the battle. Kill! Roar, roar, roar. Below, the sounds of battle and desolate beast roars could be heard. Humans and the beast horde were attacking together. Over 10 billion people, not one bit less than the desolate beasts. However, in terms of overall strength, the desolate beasts were much stronger than humans. Ping ping ping. All the Iron Blood Alliance disciples hold on. After we kill this group of undying God King level beasts, we will slaughter the rest. On the right, an old man defeated 7 to 8 undying Emperor-level beasts in one blow, his face full of confidence as he roared madly. We have 3 undying Emperor-level 4 ancestors here. When everyone saw this scene, their faces were filled with shock and joy. With one more undying Emperor-level 4 warrior, they could clinch victory in this battle. I didn't expect the Iron Blood Alliance to be so strong. From the side, Wang Xian watched the battle from afar. When he saw 4 level 4 Immortal King warriors appearing in the Iron Blood Alliance, his face was filled with shock. According to the rankings on the AI, the Iron Blood Alliance was ranked behind the Eastly Immortal Empire. And the Eastly Immortal Empire only had 1 level 4 Immortal King. From the looks of it, the Iron Blood Alliance was much stronger than the Eastly Immortal Empire. Furthermore, the number of Immortal Kings in the Iron Blood Alliance was more than a dozen more than what was recorded in the AI. With 3 level 4 Immortal King, there shouldn't be much of a problem this time. Wang Xian mumbled. It's fine, the Iron Blood Alliance should be able to defend against the Beast Tide this time. From the side, Emperor Star Lady let out a sigh of relief when she saw this scene, saying softly, "It's hard to say." Suddenly, Anting looked into the Luo-Man desolate beast garden, frowning. Howl, howl, howl. The moment she finished speaking, roars could be heard from within the beast garden. Following which, over a dozen huge bodies flew over at a terrifying speed. The leader was still an undying level 4 plant-type desolate beast. It had a body of 20 to 30,000 meters long, its body had a huge savage mouth. Shit, there's actually an undying Emperor desolate beast, old Shan, stop him. An old man who was fighting against an undying level 4 desolate beast saw over 10 undying emperor desolate beasts flying over. His expression changed and he shouted, "Damn it." The warrior who was fighting against 7 or 8 undying emperor desolate beasts saw this scene and his pupils shrank. "You guys defend against these, I'll try my best to block this group of desolate beasts." The old man roared. His body instantly flew forward to block the 10 or so undying emperor desolate beasts that were flying over. And in an instant, the Iron Blood Alliance that was originally occupying the upper ground immediately fell into a disadvantage. "Things have exceeded our expectations, fight." The leader of the Iron Blood Alliance, who had been commanding all this time, stared at the dozen or so undying God King desolate beasts that had suddenly appeared, roaring as he charged into the undying God King battlefield. At this time, commanding was useless. What they lacked was high-level combat strength. However, the desolate beasts did not have a one-sided suppression on them. "This is bad. We're in trouble now. The next battle will be very intense." Di Xingnu looked at the battlefield in front of them and said with a face full of worry, "Let's go." Anting stood at the side and shook her head slightly as she said to Wang Xian, "There's no need. If you can help, help." Wang Xian shook his head as his gaze swept across the intense battlefield. On the battlefield ahead, the Iron Blood Alliance was at a disadvantage. However, the gap was not huge. The battlefield was not one-sided either. If Wang Xian and the experts from the Dragon Palace made a move, they could totally help them to withstand the beast tide this time. Most importantly, if the Dragon Palace made a move, the Dragon Palace would be able to obtain a large number of corpses if they won this battle. These corpses would allow the Dragon Palace to improve tremendously. It was totally worth it to make a move. But after Wang Xian finished speaking, his entire body trembled as the east gate of the Dragon Palace appeared behind him. "Prime Minister Ge, lead the experts of the Dragon Palace and prepare for battle." Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he immediately ordered Prime Minister Ge. "It's the Dragon King." Chapter 2462. 2462 2462 pushed back. Wang. On one side of the battlefield, figures walked out from the east gate of the Dragon Palace. Ao Qiyan, Ao Qi, Ao Xingmu, Mu Zixin, the Saturn Turtle leader, the Dolphin support leader, Mo Sha Ba Qi. The leaders of the Dragon Palace led their subordinates out. The leader was 15 Undying God King Level 1 members, behind them were 2,000 Pinnacle God Lord members, and 10,000 Eternal God Lord Level 5 and above members. They walked out from the Dragon Palace and exuded a powerful aura. Dragon King. The group of Dragon Palace members greeted Wang Xian respectfully. Is this his faction? It's not surprising that there are more than 10 Immortal King Level 5 and above experts. There are 2,000 Peak Master God level experts. What a powerful background. At the side, Anting muttered in astonishment when she saw Wang Xian summoning his subordinates all of a sudden. This force is indeed not weak. Di Xingnu also looked at the members of the Dragon Palace in astonishment. Her heart was slightly shocked. "Follow me." Wang Xian moved his body and led the members of the Dragon Palace towards the direction of the battlefield immediately. "Members of the Iron Blood Alliance, do you need support?" Wang Xian flew over and asked the experts of the Iron Blood Alliance indifferently. "Huh." Everyone who was in the midst of the battle was slightly stunned when they saw this scene. Their faces were filled with astonishment. "It's that expert." Elder Gong of the Iron Blood Alliance glanced at Wang Xian and revealed a look of astonishment in his eyes. "Thank you, brother, for coming to support us. We, the Iron Blood Alliance, will be eternally grateful to you for getting through this crisis." An Immortal King Level 4 powerhouse looked over with a look of surprise and joy on his face. He immediately shouted loudly, All right. However, after this battle, we might need some desolate beast corpses." Wang Xian spoke directly. "This is just a small matter. I wonder which faction you are from." The leader of the Iron Blood Alliance looked at Wang Xian and the rest and asked excitedly, "Dragon Palace. Let's fight, kill." As Wang Xian spoke, his body moved and locked onto a few level 1 and 2 Immortal King level desolate beasts. He was here to help. Naturally, the powerful desolate beasts, the Iron Blood Alliance, would deal with them themselves. For the Iron Blood Alliance to have Wang Xian and the rest suddenly come to help, it was already a huge fortune for them. Kill. Ao Chi Tian Ao, and the rest locked onto a level 1 Immortal King powerhouse one by one. The addition of the Dragon Palace instantly eased the pressure on the entire Iron Blood Alliance. Kill. The rest of the members of the Dragon Palace formed a battle formation and charged into the beast tide. Hiss, they are so strong. Even the weakest one is no weaker than a level 5 Eternal Lord. The 2,000 experts at the front are all peak God Lords. Haha, with the help of the brothers from the Dragon Palace, we will definitely kill all these beasts this time. The members of the Iron Blood Alliance were excited when they saw the sudden arrival of reinforcements and the strength of the experts from the Dragon Palace. There were 2,000 peak God Lords. There were not so many peak God Lords in the entire Iron Blood Alliance. Not to mention, there were more than 10,000 powerful existences above level 5 of the Eternal Master God level. It wasn't an exaggeration to say that the powerful strength of the Dragon Palace wasn't weaker than the entire Iron Blood Alliance's disciples. In fact, they were even much stronger. After all, the number of peak stage Master God level experts was placed here. Grandpa, it's that guy. On the steel strategic level city wall, there were a few figures who didn't make a move. Seeing Wang Xian and the rest who suddenly appeared, a young man widened his eyes and said in a low voice with an unsightly expression, "Yes." The old man looked over with a sullen face. His eyes flashed as he scanned the members of the Dragon Palace. His heart was filled with shock. He wasn't too surprised by the dozen or so Immortal King level 1 powerhouses. However, the 12,000 or so God Lord powerhouses made him extremely shocked. 2,000 peak Master God level experts. This was quite a strong foundation. But in the sky, Wang Xian stopped the 5 Immortal King level desolate beasts by himself and waved his arm. The 5 elements millstone appeared in his hand. At the same time, the 5 elements millstone trembled slightly and the black hole space disturbing formation was released. In the next moment, the 5 Immortal King level desolate beasts were sealed within a 2,000-kilometer radius by Wang Xian. Due to the beast horde's attack, even if the group of Undyings could feel the threat from Wang Xian, the 5 Undyings still did not escape. All right. Seeing the 5 Undyings trapped, his face revealed an excited expression. Hiss hiss. With a wave of his arm, the towering snake appeared at the side. Its huge 10,000-meter body went straight towards the Undying's Emperor Desolate Beasts. Roar, roar, roar. At that moment, the Undying's Emperor Desolate Beasts roared in fear, wanting to escape. However, after entering the space of the black hole, it was impossible for them to escape. Unless the Undying's Emperor Desolate Beasts outside broke the array. Tame it immediately. Wang Xian immediately flew over. With a move of his arm, his huge dragon claws grabbed an Immortal King battle pet. Submit or die. The suffocating dragon aura immediately pressed down. Submit or die. Soon, in less than 3 minutes, one of the 5 Immortal King Desolate Beasts was killed while the other 4 were tamed. Voila! With a wave of his arm, the black hole spatial disturbance formation immediately dissipated. That powerhouse took care of 5 Immortal King Desolate Beasts. After the formation disappeared, some of the Iron Blood Alliance's powerhouses were shocked when they saw the 5 Immortal King Desolate Beasts disappear as well. There were a total of 63 Immortal King Desolate Beasts, and now, 5 of them were gone. Kill. Wang Xian's eyes flashed with excitement. He immediately controlled his clone to set up a black hole disturbance formation on the 5 elements mill. His body moved and attacked a few Immortal King level 1 and level 2 desolate beasts. Roar, roar, roar. However, at this moment, an Immortal King level 3 Desolate Beast escaped the attack of the level 4 Immortal King from the Iron Blood Alliance and immediately attacked Wang Xian. Huh. Wang Xian looked over and frowned slightly. His eyes were shining. Immortal King level 3, let's see if there's a chance to tame it. Once I tame it, I'll have enough resources to upgrade myself to the level 8 Eternal Lord. Wang Xian moved and immediately went up to the level 3 Immortal King Desolate Beast. He had already recalled the Towering Snake. This way, he could lower the vigilance of the level 3 Immortal King Desolate Beast. Boom boom boom. Wang Xian and the Desolate Beast's laws collided. The terrifying energy spread over 10,000 kilometers. Buzz. The next moment, the black hole disturbance formation covered the entire area once again. Roar, roar. However, this time, the moment the formation appeared, it started to collapse. This made Wang Xian's expression turn ugly. The black hole disturbance formation created by his clone in the 5 Elements Big Mill was not enough to cover the level 3 Immortal King Desolate Beast, not even for an instant. Chapter 2463. 2463 2463 retreated. Boom, boom, boom. In front of the Lowerman Desolate Beast Park, the rumbling sounds of the battlefield rang out continuously. An Eternal God Lord level 3 Desolate Beast locked onto Wang Xian, forcing him to fight it. Once he wanted to escape, the level 3 Immortal King Desolate Beast would attack continuously. The level of the black hole disturbance formation was too low. It had no effect on it at all. Wang Xian could only give up on taming the Immortal King Desolate Beast. The battle of the Immortal King Desolate Beasts was ongoing in the sky. There were a few more Immortal King Desolate Beasts than humans, but the number was very limited. In addition to the fact that the Iron Blood Alliance was relatively strong, the situation quickly stabilized. Kill, kill, kill. At the lower position, the members of the Dragon Palace formed a battle formation and stabbed into the unorganized Desolate Beast horde like a sharp knife. With the strength of the Dragon Palace's Eternal God Lord level 5 and above, unless all the Desolate Beasts joined forces, they would be completely slaughtered by the members of the Dragon Palace. All the members formed a battle formation, and every second, hundreds of thousands of Desolate Beasts died at their hands. As always, even if they encountered a peak Godlord sea monster, they would be easily killed by their attacks. One could clearly see that there was not a single Desolate Beast within a 1,000-kilometer radius of the Dragon Palace's 10,000-plus members. And all the members of the Dragon Palace swept across the entire battlefield at a terrifying speed. What faction is this Dragon Palace? So strong, it's simply too strong. I never thought that there would be other factions coming to help us at this time. This time, we have to thank the Dragon Palace. If not for them, we would have lost at least billions of people this time. Right? Many thanks to the brothers of the Dragon Palace, we shall kill, victory belongs to US humans. Everyone from the Iron Blood Alliance saw the Dragon Palace's indomitable and invincible aura, their faces filled with excitement. The entire Beasttide was completely out of formation under the onslaught of the Dragon Palace members. If the Iron Blood Alliance were to fight alone, without the help of the Undying Emperor, their tens of billions of people would at least lose billions. And with the members of the Dragon Palace, their losses would be reduced by 90% or even more. Kill, kill, kill. The slaughter below was like a river, corpses floated in the space. The attacking Desolate Beasts did not dare to escape without the orders of the Undying God King. They roared with all their might, all sorts of law energies fluctuating. God-level existences were like cannon fodder in this battlefield. The moment they were unlucky, they would be instantly killed. Poison mist arrow rain fire. At this moment, Ba Qi, who was fighting against an Undying God King Desolate Beast, glanced at the area below and roared loudly with a sinister smile. Fire! At the back of the Dragon Palace's 12,000 troops, the Heaven Eye Arrow Division members took out special arrows. With their strength, they could use laws to form arrows. And this special arrow was specially researched by the poison-making division. So. At the next moment, black arrows charged into the desolate beast horde. Boom boom boom. Following that, an intense sound was heard as black poisonous fog shot out in all directions. Roar roar roar. The desolate beast's terrified roars sounded as large swaths of desolate beasts died. Hiss. In the surroundings, everyone from the Iron Blood Alliance was filled with shock when they saw this scene. An arrow could destroy all the desolate beasts within a 1,000-kilometer radius. One arrow could destroy millions of desolate beasts. There were close to 1,000 arrows and hundreds of millions of desolate beasts were instantly killed. Kiki, not bad, not bad. Ba Chi and Mo Sha laughed maniacally in satisfaction. This arrow was made by using the poison of the immortal king desolate beast and adding other materials. Even a peak godlord expert would be seriously injured if he was contaminated by too much poison mist. Furthermore, this kind of poison mist was able to penetrate the law barrier. It was extremely strange. Wang Xian looked down and smiled. This attack from the Dragon Palace had killed a fifth of the desolate beasts. Now that the battle had lasted for 15 minutes, the number of desolate beasts that had died at the hands of the Dragon Palace had reached around 2 billion. The entire beast tide only numbered 4 to 5 billion. Good. The experts from the Iron Blood Alliance revealed an extremely excited expression when they saw this scene. They could not help but laugh maniacally. Kill! Everyone was filled with fighting spirit as they roared with excitement. Above them was a battle that belonged to the godly monarch. As the difference in strength was not huge, it would take at least a few hours or even days to determine the victor. Below them, there were members of the Dragon Palace. It was a one-sided massacre. Roar roar roar. When the poison arrow killed hundreds of millions of desolate beasts, all the desolate beasts began to panic. As a result, 20 minutes later, the pressure of the desolate beast kings began to flee. As the first desolate beast fled, more and more desolate beasts began to flee. Roar roar roar. In the sky, the undying god king desolate beast saw this scene and his face was filled with a berserk aura. Roar roar roar. Wang. Ao. However, following the 3 roars of the undying god king level 4 desolate beasts, all the desolate beasts immediately fled towards the Lowerman Desolate Beast Park. The undying level 4 desolate beasts turned and flew into the Desolate Beast Park, no longer fighting. Beasts, aren't you just going back with your tails between your legs? The warriors of the Iron Blood Alliance saw this and shouted happily. The moment the undying level 4 desolate beasts left, the Iron Blood Alliance did not stop them. They knew that they could not leave this group of undying level 4 desolate beasts behind. We won, ha! Soon, excited shouts came from below. When Wang Xian saw the desolate beasts retreating, he stopped as well. The members of the Dragon Palace also stopped. I didn't expect that this bastard is not bad. Emperor Star Lady looked at the figure hovering in front of the experts from the Dragon Palace and said softly, "That's not right. Humph, this fellow might have made a move to capture the desolate beasts." However, she quickly shook her head and smirked. But at this moment, 7 to 8 immortal kings from the Iron Blood Alliance flew towards Wang Xian. The leader of the Iron Blood Alliance and the 3 immortal king level 4 powerhouses had all arrived. Thank you for your help, Dragon Palace. Our Iron Blood Alliance is extremely grateful. An immortal king level 4 powerhouse came over and cupped his hands in gratitude towards Wang Xian. You're welcome. We're all humans. It was nothing. Wang Xian shook his head and said with a smile. If not for the powerhouses from the Dragon Palace, our Iron Blood Alliance would have suffered a great loss this time. Your help saved countless of us. The powerhouse shook his head and thanked him again. You really don't have to be so polite. I'll take all the desolate beast corpses here as a reward. Wang Xian smiled and said to them, All right. Most of the desolate beasts were killed by the powerhouses of your dragon palace. Of course, there's no problem. The powerhouses of the Iron Blood Alliance did not have any objections and said hurriedly. Chapter 2464. 2464 was pleasantly surprised. The outbreak of the beast tide this time had exceeded the expectations of the Iron Blood Alliance. According to their information, they had only confirmed that there were 50 immortal king-level desolate beasts. They did not expect that there would be more than 10 of them later. If it were not for the sudden appearance of the Dragon Palace powerhouses, the Iron Blood Alliance would definitely suffer heavy casualties this time. Even a few immortal king-level desolate beasts would perish. To Wang Xian and the rest, the Iron Blood Alliance was truly grateful. Put away all the corpses and prepare to return. Wang Xian looked down and ordered all the experts from the Dragon Palace. It's the Dragon King. All the members of the Dragon Palace replied immediately. Dragon King of the Dragon Palace. Upon hearing the address of the members of the Dragon Palace, some of the experts muttered, "Dragon King, are you the owner of the Dragon Palace's battle pet shop?" An elder asked Wang Xian in astonishment. "Yes. If you wish to purchase a pet, you can come and look for me." Wang Xian nodded his head. "Brother Dragon King, you have done me such a great favor. Why don't you stay here for a few more days? We will treat you well." An Eternal Lord Level 4 powerhouse spoke up. "There's no need. I still have some matters to attend to, so I won't stay here any longer." Wang Xian shook his head. Helping them was firstly because he felt that they were both humans, so he would help them if he could. Secondly, it was because of the corpses of the desolate beasts. Wang Xian didn't mind the gratitude of the other party. "Then we won't keep you here any longer. After a period of time, we will personally visit the Dragon King. In the future, if the Dragon King needs any help, just let him know. Our Iron Blood Alliance will not decline." An Immortal King Level 4 powerhouse solemnly promised. Wang Xian smiled and nodded his head. "Senior Dragon King, we did a good job not long ago. Please forgive us." At this moment, Elder Gong walked in from the back and bowed to Wang Xian apologetically. "It's all right, I didn't take it to heart." Wang Xian waved his hand. "Little Gong, what's going on?" The leader of the Iron Blood Alliance frowned as he looked at Elder Gong and asked. The rest of the powerhouses also looked at him. "Leader, when I brought the people from the Raging Flame Immortal Dynasty, the Dragon King might have been capturing the desolate beasts. At that time, they broke the array set up by the Dragon King and had some conflicts." Elder Gong said bitterly as he glanced at the few figures below. The warriors of the Iron Blood Alliance frowned. Their eyes gleamed as they looked at the people of the Flame Undying Empire below. They had invited them over mainly to seek the help of the Flame Undying Empire. However, the other side didn't reply. Looking at the situation, they weren't going to attack. Especially with the beast tide earlier, the other side didn't even attack. In comparison, the Inferno Immortal Dynasty was inferior to the help of the Dragon Palace. "All right, everyone, I'm leaving." Wang Xian didn't stay for long. When he saw the members of the Dragon Palace putting away the corpses, he said goodbye to them and left immediately. This Dragon King of the Dragon Palace is a good person. Yeah, it's all thanks to them this time. The people from the Iron Blood Alliance looked over and sighed. If they wanted to invite so many powerhouses to help them resist the beast tide, the price they would have to pay would be extremely terrifying. Furthermore, they could not invite such a powerful powerhouse. The group of powerhouses looked at Wang Xian's figure and then looked at the people from the Inferno Immortal Dynasty. They shook their heads slightly. "Let's go back. We got a good harvest this time." Wang Xian's face was filled with an excited smile as he spoke to the Imperial Star Lady who was hiding in the crack in the void. This time, the Immortal King War Pet had obtained 24 war pets and 1 corpse. Among the 24 war pets, 3 of them were Immortal King level rank 2. Other than that, there were also a large number of corpses. Among these corpses, there were at least 700 to 800 at the peak of the Master God level. There were also many others. With just these gains, it might not be enough to increase Wang Xian's strength. However, if all of them were used to increase the strength of the Dragon Palace, at least 100 more Immortal King level members would be added. There might even be more. Furthermore, this time, 1 or 2 members of the Dragon Palace would be able to reach the Immortal King level. By then, the Dragon Palace would at least be able to increase the combat strength of 1 or 2 Immortal King level 4 Immortal Kings. The Imperial Star Lady looked at the smug Wang Xian and curled her lips. She did not say a word. Following that, Wang Xian quickly flew towards the teleportation formation of the Iron Blood Alliance. At the teleportation formation, everyone looked at Wang Xian with respect and gratitude as he left. Buzz buzz. Just as he was teleported back to planet Dongqi, Prime Minister Gui sent him a piece of news. It was a very good piece of news. He and the rest had captured more than 3,000 Eternal God Lord level desolate beasts alive during the mission period. Among them, there were more than 20 peak God Lord level desolate beasts. This made Wang Xian overjoyed. More than 3,000 Eternal God Lord level desolate beasts, along with the 24 Immortal God King level desolate beasts in his hands. He could hold a large-scale sale of Dragon Palace battle pets. As long as he took out so many battle pets at once, in the future, this region and over 100,000 life planets would know how powerful the Dragon Palace pet shop was. Immediately get he to send all the desolate beasts over and send some dragon guards over. Wang Xian immediately ordered Prime Minister Gui. With so many battle pets in his possession, he was prepared to hold a large-scale pet sales event. It would also completely establish the Invincible status of the Dragon Palace's war pet shop. In the future, the first thing he would think of when he wanted to buy war pets in the entire region was the Dragon Palace's war pet shop. It's time to start preparing. He muttered and immediately walked towards the manor. I wonder how things are going with Ao Yao. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes slightly. After this pet auction, all the other pet shops and forces would know how terrifying the Dragon Palace was. But the Dragon King has returned. When are we going to make our move? However, what Wang Xian didn't know was that the moment he came out of the teleportation formation, this message was transmitted to him from the Jiuhuang Manor. The experts from the forces who received the message immediately came to the main hall. I think we can make our move now and use all of our strength to capture him. The sect master of the Heavenly Tiger sect roared in a tyrannical manner. I agree. Capture him directly, capture the Dragon King, and destroy his Dragon Palace. I agree too. The leaders of the powerful factions beside him immediately roared. Now, all of them hated the Dragon King to the bone. With so many disciples killed, they wanted to take revenge immediately. Here's another news. The AI's Dragon Palace pet shop has announced that there will be a large-scale pet sale in 10 days. There will be large amounts of Undying Emperor pets for sale. Also, there are thousands of Eternal God Lord level pets for sale. Just as all the leaders were about to act, a middle-aged man suddenly received a message and immediately said, "What? Selling a large number of Undying God King war pets and a few thousand Eternal God Lord war pets?" Everyone was shocked when they heard this message. A large number of Undying God King war pets and a few thousand Eternal God Lord war pets, shouldn't our plans be changed? The chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation roared with his eyes filled with passion and greed. Chapter 2465. 2465 at the 2465 Battle Pets Sale. Then how did the Dragon Palace get so many Undying God King battle pets so quickly? And the thousands of Eternal God Lord battle pets? It's only been a month. Within the 9 Desolation Manor, the beast-taming Grandmaster forces were all shocked at the news, their eyes filled with greed and passion. I think Chairman Du is right. We can wait a little longer. The eyes of the hall master of the 1,000-beast hall flashed as he agreed. The rest of the group pondered for a moment before nodding their heads. Since the battle pets of the Dragon Palace are set for 10 days later, how about we make our move in 10 days? The Heaven Beast Group's chairman swept his gaze across the crowd and said indifferently, 10 days later? That's a good day, but if we make a move in 10 days, then the commotion might be quite big. The Heavenly Tiger sect master frowned slightly. If they made a move now, the commotion wouldn't be very big. However, if they made a move in 10 days, then the commotion would alarm the entire Eastern Pond planet and cause a great disturbance. 1. We want 70% of the battle pets. When the time comes, you can make a move directly. If there's a commotion, we'll take care of it. Just as the Heavenly Tiger sect master finished speaking, an old man appeared beside him. Oh, is 70% too much? When everyone saw the old man appear, their expressions changed slightly as they frowned and said, not much. When the time comes, we'll cooperate with all of you. After 10 days, buy the battle pets first and don't let them out to fight. The old man shook his head indifferently. His gaze swept over everyone as he spoke without any doubts. That's good. However, I hope that you can provide us with some weapons that can destroy the immortal God King's weapons. 10 days later, the Dragon Palace will definitely have many immortal God King experts guarding that place. The various powers of the Heaven Beast Corporation looked at each other and said in a deep voice, all right. The elder nodded slightly and agreed. That's good. This time, everyone, don't hold back. Everyone has seen the other party's beast-taming ability. If we can't destroy him this time, don't even think about it in the future. Furthermore, once he escapes, we will face an extremely terrifying problem. The chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation said solemnly to everyone around him. Don't worry, we know. The rest nodded. They were 100% sure that the Dragon Palace's strength was not as strong as their combined strength. However, that group of battle pets was a huge problem. This so-called Dragon Palace Battle Pet Auction, the number of Undying God King battle pets might not be lower than last time. Last time, there were a total of 20 Undying God King battle pets. It would bring them a huge problem. Hence, they had to be 100% confident about the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace Pet Shop actually announced a Dragon Palace pet sale in 10 days, thousands of Eternal God Lord level pets, large amounts of Undyings. This is crazy. Didn't all the pets in the Dragon Palace Pet Shop just sell out not long ago? It's only been a month and they're selling in large amounts again? I'm guessing how many Undyings are there? The last time the Dragon Palace Pet Shop sold a total of 20 Undyings, isn't it lower than 20 this time? Isn't this too crazy? This time I have to go and take a look. Let's go together. The pets in the Dragon Palace Pet Shop are so affordable, I have to buy one this time. And at this time, on the AI, when everyone saw the information released by the Dragon Palace Pet Shop, it caused a huge commotion. The last time the Dragon Palace Pet Shop sold 20 Undyings, it had already shocked over 100,000 planets. After over a month, large amounts of pets were sold again, especially the Eternal God Lord level ones that reached a few thousand. This was simply a feast for war pets. The Undying God King war pets that hadn't appeared once in a few decades or 100 years were now being sold in the 10s to 20. It was too crazy. Regarding the Dragon Palace war pet strength, everyone was shocked. This also made many people pleasantly surprised. The Dragon Palace war pets shop's war pets were cheaper. This time they might be able to get a decent mount. Many people were preparing to attend the Dragon Palace's pet sale. Young Master, this is the information about the Stargirl and the young man. On a planet in the center of the Imperial Star Field, a middle-aged man walked to a young man respectfully and handed him a file. Oh, let me have a look. The young man took the file without paying too much attention to it. However, when he saw the information, he immediately frowned. That youth is actually an Undying Emperor and a leader of a third-rate force. A third-rate force isn't worth mentioning, but a powerful beast tamer grandmaster, selling dozens of undying emperor war pets. The youth's expression became serious, gently knocking on the table. Could it be that little sister wants to recruit that young man's faction? No wonder she would run to that remote place. A third-rate faction. There are some things that are not something that you can get involved in. The young man mumbled as he took out his AI to check. After that, he found a name and sent some messages. The response is not bad. Once this batch of war pets is sold, the Dragon Palace's war pet shop will be far from being comparable to other shops. In the lakeside manor on East Lake Planet, Wang Xian looked at the information on the AI with a smile on his face. Has the Heaven Beast Group, Heaven Tiger Sect, and the Thousand Beast Hall responded yet? Wang Xian looked at Ao Yao in front of him and asked him. Dragon King, they haven't responded yet. However, they often gather together. I don't think they will let this matter rest. Ao Yao said. They won't give up? That's good. Wang Xian smiled coldly. After all the battle pets were sold this time, the Dragon Palace would be able to increase the combat strength of 2 Immortal King level 4 Immortal Kings. At that time, he would play with them. Boss Wang, I'm here, ha. At this moment, the voice of Invincible battle technique suddenly sounded from outside. Upon hearing this sound, Wang Xian smiled. When he first arrived at East Lake Planet, he informed Invincible battle technique to come over. The last time he was captured, Wang Xian was prepared to help him tame an Immortal King level 2 battle pet. Other beast tamer grandmasters would never dare to help a weakling tame a powerful battle pet because they were afraid that the battle pet would kill its master. However, as long as Wang Xian helped Invincible battle technique, he could also order an Immortal King level 2 battle pet. When Invincible in battle techniques received the news from Wang Xian, he was so excited that he immediately dashed towards East Lake Planet. Very soon, Wang Xian saw Invincible in battle techniques, whose face was flushed with excitement and his eyes were glowing. Chapter 2466. 2466 at the 2466 Battle Pet Sale. Boss Wang, let me take a look at my battle pet. Let me take a look. In the manner, Invincible battle technique was about to hug Wang Xian's thigh as he shouted excitedly. Don't worry, I want to rest. I'll help you tame it tomorrow. Wang Xian looked at his burning gaze and kicked his body that was about to kneel down. All right. There's no rush. I'm not in a rush either. Invincible smiled as he stood up, rubbing his hands, his face filled with excitement. An undying Emperor level 2 battle pet, even though he had a level 2 cub in his hands, it would take at least a few thousand years to nurture it. Giving him an undying Emperor level 2 battle pet right now, that was simply too satisfying. In the entire Overlord sect, only his teacher had undying Emperor level 3 strength. With his battle pet, he was simply the number 1 person below his teacher. Not to mention in the Overlord sect, in this region in the future, among the hundreds of thousands of human planets, who would dare to provoke him when they were of the same level. Even if it was those powerful factions, they would still attach great importance to him. Even a level 1 Immortal King was slightly shorter in front of him. How could he not be excited when he was invincible in battle techniques? Come and look for me tomorrow morning. Wang Xian said to him and walked towards the room. All right, boss. Invincible battle technique immediately nodded his head. Little brothers, come and see me one by one tomorrow. Seeing Wang Xian's figure disappear, Invincible battle technique immediately took out his AI and spoke directly in a group chat. He even tagged everyone. Invincible battle technique, are you overconfident? Call me little brother? You deserve to be kidnapped. The last time, you lost an arm. The next time, it will definitely be your third leg. You punk, you're just slightly stronger than us, our background isn't weaker than yours, don't get cocky, your battle technique is only second to none. Very quickly, the disciples with extraordinary backgrounds within the group all unhappily replied. AI, Boss Wang got me an undying Emperor level 2 battle pet, I originally wanted to let you bunch of underlings who haven't seen the world see it. Since that's the case, forget it. Invincible smiled and sent a line of text. Fuck. Fuck. F you, Invincible boss, please accept my knees. Invincible, are you the son of the Dragon King? Tomorrow, I will visit Invincible boss. Please give me some face. Soon, the entire group was in an uproar. Invincible was in a good mood as he walked into his room. The next morning, Invincible battle technique was waiting for Wang Xian to come out early. Let's go. I have 3 pets here. You can choose one from them. Wang Xian said to him calmly. All right, boss. I heard that boss is going to hold a Dragon Palace pet sale. Is there anything I can help you with? Invincible battle technique said with a smile. There is indeed a little. The location of the Dragon Palace pet shop is a little small. You can find a bigger place or a square. Wang Xian said to him. Don't worry, Boss Wang. Just leave this small matter to me. Invincible battle technique patted his chest. Let's go. It might take some time to help you tame your pet. After all, you are too weak and your pet is too strong. Wang Xian spoke to him and went to the courtyard by the lake. He summoned his mount to help him tame it. Dragon King. Before he could completely tame it, Ao Crab returned from the Dragon Palace. Have you brought all the desolate beasts? Wang Xian looked at him and asked. Dragon King, I've brought all of them. Ao Crab replied immediately. All right, you shall stay here this time. Wang Xian instructed Ao Crab. The Heaven Beast Organization, the 1000 Beast Hall, the Heaven Tiger Sect, and the other battle pets might not have given up yet. He had to take some precautions. Even if East Lake Planet was extremely safe, he had to make some preparations. It was enough for Ao Crab to stay here. There were 6 devouring dragons in Ao Crab's body that had already advanced to the Immortal King level. In other words, there were a total of 7 Immortal King level 3 battle strength. With such battle strength, even if all the forces of the Heaven Beast Corporation came over, they would not be a match for Ao Crab and the others. Furthermore, there were Ao Yao, Ao Jian, and the others here. Of course, all of this was just a precaution. On the East Lake Planet, they did not dare to be so unbridled. In the afternoon, Wang Xian helped Invincible Battle tame the level 2 Undying Godly Monarch War Pet. Following that, he began to tame the desolate beasts that Ao Crab brought. There were more than 3,000 Eternal God Lord level desolate beasts. This was also to prepare for the sale of the Warpet after 9 days. 9 days was enough for him to completely tame it. If other beast tamers knew about this, they would not dare to believe it. This was because even an Immortal God Lord level beast tamer would need more than 10 days to tame an Eternal God Lord level warpet. The stronger the beast, the longer it would take to tame it. For a peak God level battle pet, it would take a few months or even a year. This was because they had to slowly nurture their battle pets to get rid of their wildness and make them obey their orders. Wang Xian didn't need to do this. From today onwards, Wang Xian began to tame a God-level battle pet. Wang Xian left the matters of the battle pet sales fair to his invincible battle skills. This fellow was now claiming to be the external manager of the Dragon Palace's battle pet shop. He was leading a group of his underlings to organize the battle pet sales fair. Don't underestimate this group of second-generation heirs. Each of them had a considerable background. Even on planet Dongqi, they had a considerable influence. The Dragon Palace's War Pet Sales event was getting closer and closer, and the location of the sales event had been confirmed. Considering that there would be a lot of people coming, the venue was slightly more remote. It was at the foot of a mountain range. Everything was ready. They were just waiting for Wang Xian to bring his battle pet over. Boss Wang, everything is settled. We just need to bring the battle pet over. On the 9th day, Invincible in battle techniques came to the manor and said to Wang Xian, Okay, let's go and take a look. Wang Xian nodded. Under Invincible in battle techniques' lead, they headed towards the sales venue. It wasn't too far from the manor. They could reach it in less than 10 minutes. When they arrived at the foot of the mountain range, Wang Xian saw a huge square. There were more than 3,000 cages in the square. In the middle of the square were 23 huge cages. The entire square was magnificent. Dragon King. In the square, dozens of young men stood there. When they saw Wang Xian, they immediately greeted him respectfully. Yes, thank you, everyone. Wang Xian nodded at them. Then he looked at Invincible battle technique and said, I'll give you 10 battle pets of the Eternal God as a gift. Hee, thank you, Boss Wang. Invincible battle technique nodded immediately. When the dozens of young men and women heard Wang Xian's words, they immediately stared at Invincible battle technique passionately. There were also a few girls who winked at him. Wang Xian smiled and immediately released his war pets one by one and ordered them to enter the cage. Chapter 2467. 2467-2467, Life and Death. 1. Roar. Early in the morning, a roar seemed to tear open the sky as red sunlight shined on the horizon. Azure Mountain Range, the largest mountain range on the East Lake planet, stretched for tens of millions of kilometers. In a corner of the Azure Mountain Range, more than 3,000 war pets were lying quietly in their cages, roaring softly. In the middle of the cage were 23 desolate beasts with terrifying auras crawling inside. Any one of these dire beasts had the ability to destroy the world. It was an easy feat to destroy a planet. Wang Xian, Ao He, and Ao Jian stood in the middle and looked around with smiles on their faces. Boss Wang, it's about time. I've sent someone in. Invincible battle technique led a group of underlings as waiters and ran over with smiles on their faces. Sure. Wang Xian nodded his head. Let them through. He immediately shouted. The railings at the entrance disappeared. Oh my God, this is too shocking. There are so many war pets. There are at least 2,000 to 3,000 of them. This aura is too terrifying. My God-level strength actually wants to lie on the ground. Look at the center. There are more than 20 huge cages. All of them are immortal God-level war pets. Over 3,000 God-Lord-level battle pets. This is simply too luxurious. Look at the back, all of them are pinnacle God-Lords, over 100 right. Many people rushed into the entrance. When they saw the battle pets, they were all stunned, their faces filled with shock. This was the true battle pet feast. It was indeed the Dragon Palace battle pet sales. After 10 days of publicity, almost everyone knew about the Dragon Palace battle pet shop's sales today. However, to enter, one had to either have the strength of an undying god emperor, or have enough pills or desolate beast corpses. Even god stones were useless. However, even so, there were still hundreds of thousands of people who managed to enter. It was fortunate that the square was huge. Many people immediately headed towards the center. There were 23 Undying Emperor battle pets. Many people had never seen an Undying Emperor battle pet in their entire lives. 23 Undying Emperor battle pets, 2 Undying Emperor level 2, about 100 pinnacle god lords, the rest are all high-level ones at the god lord level. At the entrance, a group of people walked in. Everyone looked at them respectfully. The group was led by 2 old men. They were all Undying Emperor level 3, they were all dressed in uniform, their bodies filled with nobility and pride. A middle-aged man said softly to the 2 old men, "It's truly heaven-defying." Even the 2 Undying level 3 warriors were shocked as they scanned the group of battle pets. If these battle pets belong to us, then our Eastly Undying Empire's strength will receive a huge boost. An old man muttered, "Let's go, we'll buy them all." An old man said indifferently. Behind them, a group of young men and women followed, looking around proudly. They were the divine sons and goddesses of the Eastly Immortal Dynasty. The group of people walked forward until they reached the center. Around them, some people immediately made way. Boss Wang, that's the people from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty. In the center, Invincible battle technique whispered to Wang Xian. Yes. Wang Xian looked at the dozens of them and nodded his head lightly. The Eastli Immortal Dynasty was widely recognized as the strongest in this region. They had a level 4 Immortal King. However, in Wang Xian's opinion, their strength could not be compared to the Iron Blood Alliance. The Iron Blood Alliance's foundation and strength were much stronger than the Eastli Immortal Dynasty. Grand Ancestor, that young man is the Dragon King, the owner of the Dragon Palace's war pet shop. While Invincible battle technique was introducing Wang Xian, the people from the Eastli Immortal Dynasty were also introducing the two old men. They looked over, and their eyes were shining. Such a young man, did he consume some godly medicine? 23 war pets. Soon, they shifted their gaze and looked at the 23 war pets carefully. Dragon King, right? Our Eastli Immortal Dynasty bought 13 war pets. Among them, we want the 2 level 2 Immortal King war pets. An old man looked at all the war pets and said to Wang Xian directly. Huh. His words stunned Wang Xian slightly. Buying 13 war pets directly was a huge sum of money. Furthermore, there were 2 level 2 Immortal King war pets among them. Sure. However, Wang Xian quickly nodded his head. The more he bought, the better. The last time, the only level 2 Immortal King level battle pet was bought by the powerhouses from the Eastli Immortal Empire. One had to admit that they were really rich. We want to take it away now. Is that all right? The old man smiled and said again. Take it away now? Don't you need my help to tame it? Wang Xian was slightly taken aback as he looked at them in astonishment. There's no need. As long as the Dragon King hands over their immortal empire to us, we will be fine. Our Eastli Immortal Empire has a beast tamer grandmaster, and we are prepared to take this opportunity to nurture other beast tamers. The old man shook his head and said, All right, but the price remains unchanged. Wang Xian nodded his head. If he didn't help to tame it, it would save him a lot of time. Of course, this is a god's stone. As the old man spoke, he handed Wang Xian an interspatial ring. I'm sorry, everyone. We only need elixirs and desolate beast corpses for this sale. Wang Xian looked at the god stone inside and shook his head. What's the difference between a god stone and a desolate beast corpse? Our Eastli Immortal Dynasty will give it to you. Cough cough, watch the situation and speak. You might not have the right to do so. Just as Wang Xian finished his sentence, a young man was stunned for a moment before he opened his mouth immediately. However, before he could finish his sentence, he was interrupted by Invincible battle technique. He stared at the young man indifferently with a mocking expression. Do you have the right to interrupt when the Immortal King speaks? You. The young man was stunned for a moment before his expression changed, and he stopped talking immediately. Sure, give us some time. The people from the Eastli Immortal Dynasty frowned and said, All right, you guys can choose first. I'll keep them for you. Wang Xian nodded his head. Hiss. This Eastli Immortal Dynasty is way too rich, buying 13 Immortal King war pets directly. Impressive, as expected of the Eastli Immortal Dynasty. It's too strong, buying over 10 of them directly. This Undying Emperor battle pets sales speed is too fast, just 13 of them. Everyone around saw this scene, their faces were filled with shock. Get someone to prepare some pills or desolate beast corpses, if not, find another organization to buy them. The Eastli Undying Dynasty members stood at the side. The two ancestors immediately ordered. Chapter 2468. 2468 2468 Battles, Life and Death 2. Great Ancestor, this Dragon Palace doesn't give us any face at all. God stones and pills are common currency. They actually let us exchange for them ourselves. And when we arrived, they didn't even greet us. Within the plaza, a group of people from the Eastli Undying Dynasty stood at one side, waiting for the exchange of resources. The god's son who had just been mentioned by Invincible battle technique had an ugly expression. Don't bother with them, it's a free gift. A supreme elder was in a good mood, laughing as he said, "That's true." The god's son nodded slightly, his lips curled up, his gaze looking at Invincible, his eyes filled with coldness. Even though he didn't have the right to interrupt, when I speak, you don't have the right to interrupt either. Everyone look, there are over 3,000 eternal god war pets, there are over 100 pinnacle god lords. There are 23 undyings here, the Eastly Undying dynasty bought 13 of them, that's 13 of them, no wonder they are the strongest beings in our region. At this time, a voice resounded from the side. The Dragon Palace pet auction, even though most of the people didn't have the right to enter, in order to promote the Dragon Palace pet shop, Invincible had specially gathered people to broadcast here. Through the AI, everyone could see about the auction. The Eastly Undying dynasty buying 13 of them shocked everyone. However, regarding the Dragon Palace's strength, everyone was shocked. The entire store was bustling with activity. Some people were looking at the war pets, while others were shouting excitedly to buy this one. This made the store extremely noisy. Those who didn't know about it would think that they were selling cabbages here. When they encountered so many war pets, even those with the most expensive statuses couldn't help but cry out in shock. The surrounding Invincible combat masters were helping to manage the store, and some people were paying a deposit. All the battle pets were being sold at a terrifying speed. Those are the people from the Heavenly Beast Group, the Thousand Beast Hall, the Heavenly Tiger Sect, and the other beast tamers. Not long ago, their disciples were assassinated, and it seems that many people died. These days, the people are still in a panic. They haven't found the murderer yet. What are they doing here? They are also selling war pets. Are they here to buy war pets from the Dragon Palace's war pet shop? No way. It will be interesting if they really buy them. It means that they admit that they are inferior to the Dragon Palace's war pets. All of a sudden, a small commotion was heard at the entrance. Some people looked over with surprise. Before the arrival of the Dragon Palace's war pets, the Heaven Beast Corporation dominated the market for war pets. However, with the appearance of the Dragon Palace's war pets and the relatively cheap price, no one went to their place to buy war pets anymore. At the moment, they did not lower the price. Seeing their arrival, many people were filled with curiosity and surprise. If they were really here to purchase war pets, it would be interesting. Wang Xian saw a group of familiar figures in front of him and raised his eyebrows slightly. These darn guys, what are they here for? Invincible battle technique looked at the group of people and said while gritting his teeth. He was tricked by this group of people the last time. Although they didn't do it personally, it was their order. I don't know. Wang Xian glanced at them and didn't take them seriously. If they really dared to cause trouble, he wouldn't take them seriously even if the Eastly Immortal dynasty didn't care. The Dragon Clan of the Dragon Palace's Devouring Dragon Clan was here. Hey, everyone, are you here to buy battle pets? At this moment, Invincible battle technique saw them walking over and said frivolously. Recently, Invincible battle technique had been a little inflated. There was nothing he could do about it. He had a level 2 Immortal King battle pet, so he dared to speak in such a provocative manner when faced with the people from the Heaven Beast Corporation. When the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation and another type of powerhouse heard Invincible battle technique's words, they glanced at him with a gloomy expression. Dragon King, are all your subordinates so insensible? The sect leader of the Heavenly Tiger sect looked at Wang Xian coldly and growled in a low voice. It depends on who is the right person. Wang Xian said indifferently. Invincible in battle couldn't help but laugh when he heard Wang Xian's words. What are your peers doing here? Are you here to buy battle pets? You can also buy battle pets, but don't think of selling them at a high price after you buy them. He stared at the crowd and continued to speak in a frivolous tone. When the experts on the other side heard the Invincible provocation, their faces changed drastically and their expressions turned cold. At the side, the people who were doing the live broadcast aimed this scene at this place. This caused everyone to be shocked. Did the Heavenly Beast Corporation come here to look for a slap in the face? Dragon King, we are indeed here to buy war pets. But aren't we selling them? The chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation clenched his fists tightly and growled in a low voice. Of course we are selling it. As long as you buy it, I will sell it. It's just that it's a little strange that so many beast tamer grandmasters are here to buy my war pet. It's really interesting. Wang Xian smiled and was a little surprised in his heart. It was indeed unexpected that the other party was here to buy his war pet. Invincible Battle Technique, who was standing at the side, opened his mouth slightly. Was he really trying to show his face for a beating? We'll take the other 10 Immortal King-level war pets. We'll take them away now. The leader of the Thousand Beast Hall stared at Wang Xian with a cold expression and said, "Oh." Wang Xian's eyes were sparkling. Buying 10 war pets? What are they doing? What? Are they really here to buy war pets from the Thousand Beast Hall of the Heaven Beast Corporation? Moreover, they're buying 10 war pets directly? This might be true. By increasing their strength, they will have a greater chance of capturing more immortal God King Desolate beasts. This is a slap in the face. They are Grandmaster Beast Tamers and in the war pet industry. Now that they are here to purchase war pets, in the future, the Dragon Palace's war pets will be above them. When the surrounding people, as well as those watching the AI's live broadcast, saw this scene, their faces were filled with shock and shock. The other Beast Tamer Grandmasters coming to purchase their battle pets could already be said that the Dragon Palace's battle pets were no longer on the same level as theirs. When the Heavenly Beast Corporation, the Thousand Beast Hall, the Heavenly Tiger Sect, and the other experts heard the discussions around them, their expressions kept changing. However, their eyes flashed with a hint of coldness. Everything would have to wait until they had purchased the Immortal God King battle pets here. In the end, they would be able to get all the Immortal King level battle pets without spending a single cent. Since you guys want to buy them, I will sell them naturally. Take out the pills and you guys can take all the battle pets. The corners of Wang Xian's mouth curled up slightly as he said directly. Chapter 2469. 2469 2469 Battle Points. Life and Death 3. This is all sold out, 23 Undyings. How long has it been? They are all sold out. Hiss. The Eastly Undying Dynasty bought 13, the Heaven Beast group bought 10, they were all killed instantly. We were about to buy them, and now they are all sold out. In the square of the Dragon Palace pet auction, everyone saw the Dragon King agree to sell, their faces were filled with shock and shock. The auction had just started and all 23 Immortal Godly King battle pets were being sold. This was too terrifying. This is an elixir. When the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation heard Wang Xian's agreement, the corner of his mouth curled up slightly. Do we still need help taming them? Wang Xian took the elixir and examined it. The corner of his mouth also curled up slightly as he said to them, "Of course, we don't need them. We'll take them away immediately." The chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation shook his head and walked over. He suppressed the war pets one by one and led them out. Wang Xian didn't stop them. He watched them leave with their war pets. "Boss Wang, we've struck it big this time. Moreover, the Heaven Beast Corporation has bought our war pets. Everyone will know that they can't be compared to us in the future. In the future, the Dragon Palace's Battle Pet Shop will unify the martial arts world and last for thousands of years." Invincible in battle tactics stood by the side and shouted excitedly. Hee. Wang Xian smiled gently and watched them leave with a twinkle in his eyes. Their behavior indeed puzzled Wang Xian. Buying battle pets from him was just to tell others that the Dragon Palace's battle pets were the strongest. "I'd like to see what tricks you guys are up to," he mumbled. Around them, 23 Immortal King-level war pets were instantly taken away. This made many people anxious. More than 3,000 Immortal King-level war pets seemed like a lot. However, compared to the millions of people here, it was too little. After many factions didn't manage to purchase Immortal King-level war pets, they set their sights on the pinnacle Immortal King-level war pets. This caused the surrounding war pets to be bought at a terrifying speed. Many people were really afraid they couldn't get them. The price was so appropriate, if they didn't act now, there wouldn't be any more. This made everyone on the AI live broadcast see what a tycoon was. The powerful powers immediately bought hundreds of Eternal God Lord war pets on the spot. Some almost fought over the war pets. However, with the deterrence of the Dragon Palace's war pets, no one dared to cause trouble here. In a grand war pet sale, all the war pets were sold in half an hour. This left everyone who came later dumbfounded. Damn, wasn't it just half an hour later? However, although all the war pets were sold, their taming required the help of Wang Xian. Therefore, although the other people couldn't buy more than 3,000 war pets, they could still take a look. For a moment, the people who regretted their slow hands couldn't stop sighing. This is really explosive. If only we could. At the side, everyone from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty saw this scene. Their eyes were burning with passion. A single sale was equivalent to half of the accumulation of their Eastly Immortal Dynasty. Their dynasty had a history of close to 10 million years. The wealth accumulated over close to 10 million years was only comparable to 2 sales of this level. Who would not be tempted by such a terrifying income? I hope those guys won't let us down. The 2 great ancestors of the Eastly Dynasty looked at each other and muttered. Ancestor, we have already exchanged the god stones for pills and desolate beast corpses. At this moment, a few people walked over and said to the 2 great ancestors, "All right, let's go." Everyone from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty immediately walked towards Wang Xian. Dragon King, these are elixirs and a portion of desolate beast carcasses. Take a look. A grand forefather handed his interspatial ring to Wang Xian and said to him, "All right." Wang Xian nodded his head. After checking and confirming that there were no mistakes, he nodded his head. These war pets belong to your Eastly Immortal Dynasty now. Wang Xian nodded his head at them. All right, congratulations to the Dragon Palace war pets for getting better and better. The people from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty smiled and nodded their heads. After congratulating them, they waved their hands at the people behind them. The last 13 war pets were taken away by the people from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty. Invincible, inform them that the sale is over. For the next time of sale, pay attention to the official website of the Dragon Palace War Pets. Wang Xian looked at the time and said to Invincible Battle Tactics, "Yes, boss." Invincible Battle Tactics nodded his head. "I'll leave the rest to you guys. Also, don't let the impact be too big." At the same time, at the foot of a mountain not far away, the people from the Immortal Dynasty of Dongli who had left looked at the thousands of people in front of them and said calmly to them, "Don't worry, we have a basic understanding of the Dragon Palace's strength. We have a 100% chance of capturing them." The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Corporation said confidently to the Eastly Immortal Dynasty's people. "Yeah, I hope so." The Eastly Immortal Dynasty's people nodded. The moment the Heavenly Beast Corporation made their move, the Dragon Palace's pet shop would also guess that the Eastly Immortal Dynasty was behind this. They didn't want to see the Heavenly Beast Corporation fail. However, they understood the arrangement of the Heavenly Beast Corporation. This power was enough to destroy the Dragon Palace. "Help me capture that invincible warrior. I want him alive." The people from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty turned around and left. A divine son standing at the back suddenly paused. He looked at Du Ziyu and the other youths from the Heavenly Beast Corporation and sent a voice transmission. Du Ziyu and the others were slightly stunned and nodded confidently. They were lucky last time and didn't get assassinated when they returned to their own planet. The Divine Son's orders were just a small matter to them. Get ready to act. Seeing the people from the Eastly Immortal Dynasty leave, the Heaven Beast Corporation, the Thousand Beast Hall, the Heavenly Tiger Sect, and a Level 3 Immortal King Beast Tamer Master looked at each other and ordered everyone, "Get ready!" Buzz, buzz, buzz. As soon as he said that, a golden fighter jet slowly rose from the surrounding area. 10 fighter jets, each of them emitting a bright golden light. Under the sunlight, they were like holy objects. The immortal golden armored fighter jets could sweep and even kill Level 1 Immortal King fighter jets. These 10 fighter jets were one of the secret weapons of the Eastly Immortal Dynasty, and they were all handed over to them. Let's go over first. Haha, I'd like to see how the Dragon King reacts. Haha, maybe he's so excited that he thinks his pet shop is invincible. Everyone in the AI thinks that we've lost completely, then let's fight it out with the Dragon Palace pet shop today. Fight to the death, let's see who's the final winner. What do you mean by fighting to see who will win? It should be for everyone to see the destruction of the Dragon Palace. The 4 undying Level 3 warriors looked at each other, their suppressed emotions were finally released. They laughed heartily, one of them said a sentence, and headed straight for the Dragon Palace's market again. This time, they unsheathed their swords and destroyed the Dragon Palace. Chapter 2470. 2470 in the world-shaking battle of 2470. Sigh, I didn't even get a single battle pet this time. If you didn't get one, I would have sold out more than 3,000 battle pets before I could even finish looking at them. How can I be miserable? It ended right after I entered. FUCK, I didn't even get to see a single battle pet hair. The Dragon Palace's battle pet shop is really crazy. At the entrance of the Dragon Palace's market, everyone was walking out one after another. The Heavenly Beast Corporation, the Thousand Beast Hall, the Heavenly Tiger Sect, and the Ancient Beast Grandmaster, what are they doing here again? And they brought so many disciples? At this moment, a group of people suddenly walked over from the entrance. When everyone looked over, their faces were filled with shock. The group of people from the Heavenly Beast Corporation brought a few hundred disciples in. Get out of the way. An expert from the Heaven Beast Corporation swept his gaze over everyone and said coldly, "HM? This is?" Everyone was slightly startled and didn't dare to stop them. They hurriedly made way. Hee hee. The corners of the mouths of the 4 undying godly monarch experts curled up, their faces filled with faint smiles. What are they going to do? I don't know. All the Beast Tamer Grandmasters in our area are here. Some of them were hesitant as they watched them walk in. Some of the people who liked to watch the show didn't continue to walk out. Instead, they followed behind. Boss Wong, those guys from the Heaven Beast Corporation are here again. What are they doing here? At this moment, Invincible Battle Technique, who was organizing everyone to leave, noticed the people from the Heaven Beast Corporation. He came to Wang Xian's side and said in astonishment, "They come with bad intentions." Wang Xian looked at them. The 4 Immortal King Level 3 Immortal Kings in the lead and more than a dozen Immortal King level Immortal Kings behind them were rushing over aggressively. "Everyone, why are you back again? Do you want to join our Dragon Palace's war pets?" He narrowed his eyes slightly, looked at the group of people, and said faintly, "Haha." When the chairman of the Heaven Beast Group and the rest heard Wang Xian's words, they couldn't help but burst into laughter. "This small temple of your Dragon Palace doesn't have the strength to accommodate us." The sect master of the Heavenly Tiger Sect said directly with a face full of disdain. "Oh." When Wang Xian heard his words and felt the cold expressions on their bodies, he raised his eyebrows. "What are they doing back here? It feels like they are going against each other. There won't be any conflict, right?" "I don't think so. This is the territory of the Eastly Immortal Dynasty. Who would dare to cause trouble here?" Some of the people around who had not left in time saw this scene and looked over in shock. The atmosphere suddenly froze. Some of the powerhouses could sense the aura of the people from the Heaven Beast organization. "How interesting. All the battle pets of your group are not as good as the Dragon Palace combined. Even if you want to join them, the Dragon Palace doesn't necessarily want you. You're too useless. Invincible battle technique sneered when he heard the sect master of the Heavenly Tiger sect. Kid, you're courting death. The sect master of the Heavenly Tiger sect looked at Invincible battle technique with killing intent as soon as he finished his words. Who are you trying to scare? I'm invincible in battle techniques because I'm scared. Do you still dare to make a move here? Invincible in battle techniques sensed the murderous intent of the sect master of the Heavenly Tiger sect. He was shocked and subconsciously leaned toward Wang Xian. He puffed out his chest and said firmly, Ao He Ao Jian, and the rest could feel the murderous intent from the side and slowly walked over. Everyone was slightly shocked when they saw this situation. Dragon King, we are here today because we have something to ask you. The hall master of the Wanshou Hall stared at Wang Xian coldly and said. Wang Xian swept his gaze across them and ignored them. Did you kill more than 20,000 disciples of our major forces? He questioned with a stern expression. Were you the ones who sent people to kill more than a dozen of the staff members of our Dragon Palace's war pet shop? Wang Xian looked at them and asked indifferently. What? In the surrounding area, everyone was shocked when they heard the words of the hall master of the Wanshou Hall and Wang Xian's words. Some of them had a thought. Could it be that the assassination that everyone was panicking over a period of time was a game between them? At this moment, the person who was doing the AI's live broadcast by the side heard it and slightly opened his mouth. He hesitated for a moment and kept the camera focused on this place. On the AI, everyone was in an uproar. What was he doing? Were they going to fight? Could it be that the two big forces had been fighting openly and secretly? What if I say yes? The Sky Tiger sect master took a step forward with a face full of killing intent and replied without hiding anything. If you guys are, then of course I am. Is there a need to ask? Everyone knows this in their hearts. Wang Xian could feel their aura and laughed out loud without any fear. Similarly, he didn't hide anything at all. They were well aware of the actions of both parties. Hiss. Everyone around sucked in a breath of cold air. Some of them had a bad premonition and quickly retreated backward. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Just as Wang Xian finished his sentence, at this moment, one after another, confinement rings covered them. A confinement ring was directly locked on top of Wang Xian's head. Beside him, Ao Xie and Ao Jian were also immediately locked on by the confinement ring. At this moment, when the surrounding people saw the appearance of the confinement ring, their expressions changed drastically. They quickly hid into the distance. What a joke! There were many undyings in this group. The aftershocks weren't something they could defend against. You dare to attack, you dare to attack. Invincible suddenly roared, his expression ugly. He looked at the cage above his head and his body trembled. This damn, an undyings actually took out a powerful cage to trap him. He was a nobody. It must be because he was too arrogant just now. What? You guys dare to make a move? Wang Xian raised his head and looked at the imprisonment ring above his head. He frowned slightly and spoke in a sinister tone. Behind him, Ao He Ao Jian, and the rest immediately erupted with a terrifying pressure. Make a move. Why don't you dare to make a move? Dragon King, Dragon Palace's war pets, today, I want all of you to become a thing of the past, a thing of the past. At the forefront, the 4 level 3 immortal king stage powerhouses, who were the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation, laughed maniacally when they saw the confinement circle locking onto Wang Xian. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. At this moment, groups of people flew over from the surrounding areas. There were tens of thousands of people, and they had completely surrounded the entire huge square. The leaders were all immortal king stage powerhouses. The killing intent and aura on their bodies were not concealed at all. So. At the same time, the 10 golden fighter jets let out roars as they circled in the sky. The resplendent light was obvious that it wasn't simple. Hiss. Quick dodge. The Heaven Beast organization must have gone crazy. They actually dared to attack on East Lake Planet. Aren't they afraid of the Eastly Undying Empire? At this moment, everyone's faces were filled with shock. Within the plaza, they quickly flew far away. Some of the cowards instantly returned to their eternal god countries. Chapter 2471. 2471 was in the midst of a world-shaking battle. Boom, boom, boom. A terrifying aura shot up into the sky from the square. The rest of the people hurriedly ran outside. Wang Xian's gaze swept across the surroundings. There were more than 10,000 eternal god lord level powerhouses. And there were more than 40 immortal god kings. With such strength, no one would dare to provoke them in this area. This was the power of all the beast tamers in this area. Very good. Wang Xian's eyes swept across the surroundings, and killing intent shot out from his eyes. No wonder you guys bought all the immortal king battle pets and didn't even need to help tame them. Wang Xian licked his lips and scanned his surroundings vigilantly. Now, he completely understood that the conspiracy today was not only the Heaven Beast Corporation but also the Eastly Immortal Empire that was hiding behind the scenes. If it wasn't for the Eastly Immortal Dynasty, they wouldn't dare to start a battle here. And the Eastly Immortal Dynasty and the Heavenly Beast Corporation had bought all their battle pets to prevent him from sending them out to fight. Now you know? Too late, Dragon King, you guys were in high spirits just now. Today, this is your graveyard. The Heavenly Beast Corporation's chairman roared with a savage expression. With a move of his palm, a long sword appeared in his hand. His expression was terrifying. This is your graveyard. The sect leader of the Heaven Tiger sect, the hall leader of the Thousand Beast Hall, and the Grandmaster Palea Beast held a weapon in their hands as well. They stared at Wang Xian coldly. It's really going to be a fight. At this moment, there was no one in the square. Everyone was already hiding far away. Looking at the situation inside, they took in a deep breath of cold air. At this time, everyone in the AI saw the situation too, filled with shock and shock. They're actually going to fight? Aren't the people from the Eastly Dynasty coming over to suppress them? How dare they fight on East Lake Planet? This is a commercial planet. No fighting is allowed. What is the Eastly Dynasty doing? Aren't they going to come out and intervene? Some people were filled with curiosity. With the speed of the Eastly Immortal Dynasty, if there was going to be a fight here, the law enforcers should have already arrived to stop it. In less than a few minutes, the God King powerhouses of the Eastly Immortal Dynasty would have the time to rush over. However, the Eastly Immortal Dynasty did not take care of it now. This made some people's eyes twinkle and they were a little suspicious. Get ready. Capture the Dragon King and destroy everyone else. At this moment, in the middle of the square, the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation roared with a grim expression. Crack, crack, crack. Above them, cannon barrels were revealed from the fighter aircraft. They contained a terrifying amount of energy. Aohe, look for an opportunity to tie down the 4 level 3 Immortal King experts. Even if you can't kill them, you don't have to reveal your full strength. Wang Xian's eyes flashed with a cold look. With their strength, it was impossible for them to keep or even kill a level 3 Immortal King warrior. Therefore, Wang Xian did not wish to kill the 4 of them, the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation. It's the Dragon King. Aohe nodded silently. Make your move and capture that Dragon King. At this moment, the leader of the Heavenly Tiger sect's voice rang out. Without any hesitation, he attacked Wang Xian directly. At this moment, a violent roar came out from Ao Crab's mouth. A terrifying and ferocious gigantic dragon had appeared and attacked the leader of the Heavenly Tiger sect directly. His body also transformed into a terrifying gigantic dragon body that was at least 10,000 meters in size at a terrifying speed. His 18 claws were like sharp weapons that could tear the sky apart. It's that monster. Kill him. The chairman of the Heavenly Beast Corporation immediately roared when he saw Ao Crab attack. He raised the long sword in his hand and attacked Ao Crab. However, at this moment, a ferocious dragon head of the same size rushed out from the position beside Ao Crab's head. It was as if he had come out of Ao Crab's body and had the same figure as Ao Crab. His violent aura was no weaker than Ao Crab's strength, directly attacking the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation. Oh no, they still have a level 3 undying godly monarch. When the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation felt the devouring dragon's aura, his expression changed drastically. According to their information, the Dragon Palace only had one level 3 undying godly monarch. Even if there were two, it was still the Dragon King. However, right now, there was one more undying level 4 warrior than they had expected. They'll leave it to you, leaving the Dragon King to us won't be a problem. The 10,000 Beast Hall leader saw another undying level 3 warrior suddenly appear, his face dark as he roared. Even if there were 3 of them, with the weapons in their hands, they could still capture the Dragon King. Fighter jets, attack. At this moment, an order was given from the side. The resplendent golden fighter jets in the sky immediately erupted with terrifying attacks. Boom, boom, boom. In the next moment, dense metal-type material law attacks covered the entire square where Wang Xian was. It covered the entire square. Get lost. Wang Xian raised his head and looked at the 10 fighter jets. He could feel the terrifying attack power and a violent killing intent appeared on his face. His body moved and his arms turned into dragon claws. He instantly appeared in the sky. Dodge. The faces of the experts who were controlling the fighter jets changed drastically as they roared loudly. Quick, stop the Dragon King. The Paleobeast sect raised their head. Their faces changed as they attacked Wang Xian directly. At the same time, the Hall Master of the Myriad Beasts Hall followed closely behind. Roar, roar, you are not qualified to fight with our Dragon King. At this moment, he let out a furious roar. Another terrifying devouring dragon flew out from his body. As the leader of the devouring dragon, the rest of the devouring dragons lived in his body. He was like the mother nest of the Bug Clan. This swallowing dragon headed straight for Grandmaster Beast and the leader of the 10,000 Beast Hall to stop it. Damn it, why is there another one? Seeing the third undying level 3 monster appear, the expressions of the 10,000 Beast Hall leader and the leader of the 10,000 Beast Hall changed. The situation had completely exceeded his expectations. 3, along with the most likely Dragon King, it was very likely to be 4 against 4. Under such circumstances, it was impossible for them to capture the Dragon King. How is this possible? According to the information we obtained from the Tianzi continent, the Dragon Palace definitely does not have such strength. When the chairman of the Heaven Beast Corporation saw this scene, his heart sank. He could not help but roar in a low voice. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, the fighter jets in the sky exploded one after another. Sparks flew in all directions. No one stopped Wang Xian. With these fighter jets, they could not escape Wang Xian's attack at all. Pin him down. The faces of the Hall Master and Grandmaster 100 Beasts who were pinned down changed drastically. They ordered all the immortal godly monarchs around them. Yes. The nearly 40 immortal godly monarchs around them did not hesitate at all. They instantly attacked Wang Xian. The war had completely erupted. However, the sudden war outside shocked everyone. You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.